market. Not about that VIP, not me, not never been a fan of clubbers. All about that RIP for all of my Jesus gone departed. All about that business, what I started, I'm about that.
Top down, like you're not ready. We ride, we party. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night. Top down, like you're not ready. We ride, we party. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night.
Nothing about it. Wanted man, I could bring the drama. But it ain't by chance, I'm fucking rapping. You don't really want a problem. Made a little cash in the back end, but still rap like homie starving. Yeah, y'all ain't gotta ask who the man is. Hope I'm gonna be like, let's get pardoned. I'm about that.
Top down, like you're not ready. We ride, we party. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night. Top down, like you're not ready. We ride, we party. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night.
Oh, yes, we do. And we have just two on the other side of the table today. And look at the shades. Oh, I guess we got three. We got the greatest of all time right here in the YSN
Debatable.
Cheeseburger Farm Studios. It
Hey,
is
everybody, it's me.
That's the most he said in 3 weeks.
I know. Slumdog Millionaire over there is calling out the greatest of all time. We have Tristan Reynolds right there in front of you. We have Quinn Pushkar, and we have MJ. How come MJ didn't get shades?
You know,
I don't like him.
We know that. That's well documented that
That's
you don't
why.
like Michael Jordan. If Michael Jordan, not that we want to take anything away from YSN Mike over there, but if Michael Jordan actually walked through the doors like right now, what would you honestly tell him to his face that he wasn't the greatest of all time?
Yes, I would.
No, I'd tell
I
him.
firmly believe LeBron is the best, so I would tell him that.
Tell him to lace
Now,
him
I
up.
would have about 900 other questions for him. But
What would your questions for Michael Jordan be, other than just the blanket statement that you're not the best of all time?
I would just pick his brain about basketball. Why do you suck as an owner? Like,
that's true.
multiple questions.
Wow. Why do you suck as an owner?
Give away his only franchise player.
Yeah.
Like, that's good. Kemba.
Dan
He didn't give him
Gilbert
away. He
2.0.
didn't give him away.
He didn't give him away.
Dan
But-
Gilbert 2.0 right there.
I didn't think Dan Gilbert had a whole lot of say. Let's be honest, right? He didn't have a whole lot of say in what LeBron James, and LeBron
No,
made that abundantly clear.
He's that Krause, is that how you pronounce it?
Jerry Krause.
He is
Krause.
Krause 2.0 because he's like, dude, you have LeBron, just chill. Just hang
Well,
out.
Krause was a GM, and
Reinsdorf was the owner.
Reinsdorf was the owner. So the owner has ultimate say because he can say, listen, we're not going to pay this cat's salary. And if you don't like it, hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more.
But Gilbert, he messed everything up, though, man.
Gilbert, listen.
The only thing that dude has ever done for Cleveland is bring that casino there.
Well,
True. And built a
and there's
a very
nothing,
nice
we're going to
arena.
address that later. There's nothing wrong with him bringing a casino
No,
to Cleveland.
Listen, I like it. You get free parking in Cleveland. You go play.
Yeah.
You get an hour, and then you show your vouchers, free parking.
You can do that in Pittsburgh too, right? Isn't that something
I think
they
Rivers
do?
lets you.
Yeah, Rivers lets you.
I'm not sure.
I think
I don't know how many people leave the casino to go watch the Pirates.
Well,
or
that's what they
whatever,
do. Yeah, they park for free and they go watch the Pirates. They come back, they throw a 10 spot down.
They
You
go
know.
like, you know what? I watched 3 innings. I'm done.
Yeah, that's about all you need to see. Let's put it out
Yesterday
there.
was their second day of practice, right? For the Pirates, wasn't it? Did they start
I believe
practicing?
so.
Yeah.
I believe so. Or it might be. I don't know. I think it's today. I've been so wrapped up. Now let's start with my timeline of the last 48 hours.
Starting with the glasses.
We'll get to the glasses part. that happened midway through the 48 hours. That was yesterday. For some reason, like I thought it'd be a great idea to get these skits or the content as we call it here at HQ of like wrestling, like WWE, putting our faces over it. So I've been trying to do this for months. Have not been able to figure it out. And then finally, for some reason, at 12 o'clock midnight, 2 nights ago, it clicked. It all clicked. I was able to find like the Google research that I needed to find. So I was up till 6:30 in the morning doing this. Like it was like my passion. Like if I get something in my head, I'm gonna do it. I don't care if I'm missing out on food, sleep, whatever. I'm going all in. So six and a half hours later, I look at the clock and I'm like, it's 6:30 in the morning. I've got to announce 2 games tonight. It seemed I should probably get some sort of sleep. Scott Mincher, who we all know and love, gets here at 9 a.m. on Wednesdays, stays till about 3 o'clock. So I've got essentially 2.5 hours to get down to HQ, get Scotty up and running, and then Quinn comes in at 10, and then the day just goes on from there. So my entire day was completely on its head, right? But I fight through.
That was fantastic content, by the way.
I'm a soldier. I fight through. And by the way, do not trust reliable sources, because 99% of the time, those reliable sources are actually called YSN.
That's why, if you recall, I called Paul Revere a snake in like our first episode because he's supposed to be. He's a snake. I mean, God
What kind of
bless him.
snake? Copperhead?
Rattlesnake.
Rattle.
No, actually, no. Water moccasins, because I'm.
You mean like the Paul Revere?
Yeah, the
like,
Paul Revere. He's a snake.
the
He was
greatest
the Boston
one of the
Massacre.
greatest historical people in
The Boston
American
Massacre.
history.
He's a liar about it. He lied about it.
I'm still tired
You know,
because
we
I
might
thought
not
we
be
were
a
talking
country
about.
without Paul Revere.
I'm not arguing. I'm just saying he's a snake.
We wouldn't be a country
You might
without
wouldn't be
Donnie
sitting
Baker.
here to do this.
Donnie Baker.
Donnie Baker is like
I had
Donnie's
Tommy
where it's
John on
at.
both my knees.
Tommy John.
I'm amphibious. I can throw with both arms.
He's hucking chucking. Gravedigger. So back to my 20. So then we get through, right? I've got security on my house at home. I got the video surveillance. So Quinn knows that when I when I get the alarm going off on my phone, I hit it to make sure I know what packages are being delivered, a la Dave Portnoy, right? So I see a package. It's about yay, right? Completely wrapped up. I know what that means. My sunglasses are in.
This was such a tape
Heck
job
yeah.
too, like unreal tape job.
Legit, like
Every inch was tape.
yeah, like you're not getting into that box without a butcher knife. So I pick up the sunglasses, bring them back, and if you are friends with me on Facebook, I put out just a general like, hey, we've got sunglasses again. Come and get them if you want them. 1 for 15, 2 for 25. This is nothing to do with YSN. This has everything to do with my tractor is going to explode. And I'm trying to make sure that I can just pay for my new tractor with sunglass money. So I'm hustling sunglasses like you'd have at the Rogers sale. And they've been like gangbusters. And that's what we have them on today. These are the ones that are actually for sale. So
Yeah.
we're showing them off. I sold like 43 pair to this point.
It's like whatever you want. You want casual? We got them. You want your school colors? We got them.
We essentially turned YSN into the sunglass hut, like a
When I say
pop-up
we, I
sun-
mean DJ. It sounds the same. DJ, we.
No. If I'm going to prison, we're all going. We're all part of this. I ain't going down for this. It's cool. I love it, and really, when you look at it from a sales perspective, couldn't have picked a better week for sunglasses to show up. So
Oh, absolutely.
Zero rain,
So yeah, zero rain.
pure sun.
You
no
got them.
clouds.
You have them for the 4th of July. So we have like 20 pair left. If you're interested, message me separately. Again, not YSN affiliated. This has nothing to do with your sports network, other than the fact that I'm here, and so are the glasses here at HQ. I mean, I spend the majority of my time in that chair over there, and everybody knows it. So, so guys, getting on to and also to finish the story, last night in the second game, pretty sure I met my match with how long I can go without sleep. Like, I was so slap happy, felt almost like drunk.
You were like tired.
I was tired, happy,
Laughing
like
at
laughing,
everything.
and like there was a point where I'm pretty sure that there was a foul ball, and I said they fouled it into play, and everybody just kind of stopped and
You
looked
guys
at me.
are like, what the
They're
hell?
like, "What the hell's wrong with DJ?" Like, I think they thought I had a stroke, and I was
He
just
hit
like,
it so hard he fouled it into play, folks.
"Yeah."
Damn it, that's never happened before.
What the hell is wrong? I was getting a count wrong. The count is a giant ass scoreboard in right center field, and I'm like, it's 2-1, and I'm like, oh, the count 3-0. The girl just looks at me like, what are you doing? So that was my 48-hour experience. Great 48 hours. Got lots of rest last night. My apologies go out. I know Anthony Hartwig, who's typically with us when we're shorthanded, is on his way to Kansas City, probably watching right now. And I want to apologize to him publicly because he texted me, he goes, who do we put in the featured image if it's a tie? And that otherwise is usually a great question, but I just remember hearing my phone vibrate before I fell asleep, and I was like, I don't have the energy to turn over and even look to see who it was. Like, it could have been my mom saying, hey, there's a nuclear strike, and I would have been like, this is how I'm going out.
Tis what it is.
Yeah, so lots of sports to talk about. We're going to talk about sports betting. Does it have a place here in Ohio? Does it have a place here in America? And an interesting part of that sports betting, as the Detroit Tigers knocked over that first, I don't know, what do you call it, the first domino in what could be very interesting and could have ramifications for the Hall of Fame. It could have ramifications for youth sports all the way up through professional ranks. We're also going to discuss the MLS in their little bubble. Well, there's problems being had because like a rye bread sandwich. And,
Wait, they got a bubble too?
Yeah, they have a bubble too. They got a bubble too, and apparently a sandwich and like a bag of chips is like $65.
Cool.
So we're going to talk about we're gonna talk a little bit about business, little bit of business.
I'm not a businessman. I'm a business man.
So we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about a lot more things. We're going to catch you up on the Youngstown Class B League, all the standings. We got more for you tonight at 6 and 8:30. Ronald Q. Potesta will have the call on YSN. Have no clue if that's actually his middle initial. Gonna guess no, but we're gonna go with it. And we'll have lots more. We're also taking your calls as long as they're clean. 330-886-0813, the YSN hotline. Be back after this.
21
Good evening,
News.
and thank you for joining us.
Let's get right to our top
More
story
experienced reporters
A new Wilmington
At
restaurant.
GM Lordstown,
telling more local stories
We'll look at
Baby
efforts
boy
to
is
curb
recovering from a broken.
around our
Good
valley
Community in
afternoon.
Niles,
We are
one
here in
Triangle Valley
Youngstown, right
business.
because you expect
important for everyone.
No place like home.
more local news.
In Mercer County
Before
Court.
they become life-threatening.
21 News is our valley's #1 local news.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
Hello, I'm Greg Burbick with G. Burbick Farms. For the last 100 years, my family has farmed in Columbiana and Mahoning counties. I began raising cattle in 1996 with the goal of providing a better product for you and your family on the dinner table. Our grass-fed and grain-supplemented Black Angus beef are raised with no hormones, steroids, or antibiotics. We're known for our hometown-friendly service and incredible tasting products. We're locally owned and have customers across the tri-state area. Our products go from our farm to your family. Stop by our farm on New Buffalo Road or visit us on the web at gburbickfarms.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. G. Burbick Farms, it just tastes better.
Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is the YSN Power Hour, and we have, well, the crew's all here. If you're talking about YSN Mike on the far side, you can see that he's going to be a little bit quiet today.
Yeah, it doesn't have much to say.
No, he doesn't. I think he's just been eyeing up Quinn the entire
First time ever.
Wow. Look at this guy. Even in the presence of greatness, you disrespect.
I know,
Disrespect.
he's in the presence of greatness. It's unreal.
Of who, me? You?
Always. He's on power.
Quinn. Oh, I'm sorry. Tristan, get up. Give us a little, model what you got going today, man. You look like you were ready for summer. You're ready for Independence Day.
I got these,
Show him the kicks.
see my little swim trunks,
Show him what he's got.
some white Vans. I got my
White Vans. He's got
the
the.
fishing shirt, which I never go fishing. I don't know, I might buy a boat today. Who knows?
You gonna buy a boat?
I mean, I would like.
What kind of boat would you buy? Is it a fishing boat? Rowboat?
By the
I would
Billy
like
Mays.
a pontoon. I like a pontoon. boat.
Pontoon boat?
Yeah.
the Flex Seal boat.
Yeah.
I would do a Flex Seal boat.
Just something like be on the water.
You know, who, like, that is the safest place to be from Corona is in the middle of a lake, nobody touching you, you got your own social distancing going on. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I've watched way too many like Jaws, like scary movies. The water scares me anyway. I ain't about to be in the middle of the water by myself with nobody that can be like, okay, this actually happened.
I can doggy paddle. That's about it.
You can't swim either?
Doggy paddle.
I can't swim. You look like you should be on Baywatch, and you tell me you can't swim?
I mean, I know David Hassel, whatever.
Hassel.
He's my dad, but I can only doggy. You know, that's about it.
Can you swim?
Yeah.
Swim well?
Yeah.
Well, you went to Canfield. That's like what they like. It's genetically built into you. You have to
Canfield
swim.
pulling. You can't go to Canfield pulling if you don't swim.
Do you have your own pool?
It's like rules. You sign that contract.
Swim club though.
I didn't learn to legit swim, and I forgot how to do it already till I was 21 years old. Like I could swim like to save my life, like you said, doggy paddle. But like it's kind of like baseball where I can swim 90 feet and that's about it. Like see you later.
I like doggy
I'm sure
paddle
it would
when I
come
do
back
that.
to you though if you actually had
What's
to.
this? Like the butterfly stroke or whatever the heck.
Dude,
it's
I
called.
can't like the hardest thing to do is what do they call it? Treading water.
You're not in a life or death situation though. Well, maybe if you fall into the water.
Bro, I'm telling you, life or death situation, I would die. I would 99.
No confidence.
No, like baby pool, maybe I survive, but lake, bathtub, toast.
That's like,
I drowned in
man,
my
I
bath.
couldn't imagine drowning. I could not. I'd rather be caught on fire because I could at least try to run.
See, I think
On
that's
fire,
the
though, running
that's
ain't gonna do anything.
that's the age-old
Stop,
question.
drop, and roll.
But if it's like a house
Learn
of
that
fire,
second
Burn
grade.
down grass.
but if it's like the fire surrounds you, like I think
I could run through it.
I think you'd pass out, like you'd go
Yeah.
unconscious in the water before you died, right? I don't know how it works. I'm not a
think
doctor,
so,
and I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, if
we-
you lose oxygen, you pass out.
you pass out, but like fire, it's just smoke inhalation, and then it still burns
That's
the
what
shit
kills
out
you.
of you. I mean, it's
Smoke inhalation kills you anyway.
but like you're still like you can still live. I mean, I'm a huge This Is Us fan. Jack died after he like saved everybody's life, and I know it's a TV show. Don't start with me. But there's some science to it where he lived and then everything was fine, and then the smoke inhalation killed him later. Like that would, first off, it would piss me off.
Oh
like,
yeah.
From both points, like being a spouse or being the person that's actually happened to. Like, come on, man. Like I made it and then I went, but like the water. Because like you know, if you're 50,000 feet under the sea, like Titanic style, that's it, man. You come to grips real quick. Like, there's no way out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not Michael Phelps in my way out of this.
No, heck no.
So I think that's why, like, water or fire, I'm going water.
I'm going fire though.
I'm going water. Like, the water's not gonna burn me. Like, I'm not gonna feel it on the way out. You're just gonna pass out, and that's it.
Fire, I have a chance though. I'm telling you, I have a chance.
No. Like you're gonna die. Like the end of
Oh,
it is
I'm gonna die?
You're gonna die. But like I would
just
rather
flip the
not
quarter
be
that way,
burnt.
then.
Like I get pissed
It
when
wouldn't matter.
the water's too hot in the shower and you burn your skin a little bit. You're like that hurts. All right?
right.
Then you got to go 3 days with like that scorched feeling. Like you ever touch a hot stove?
You have your guy card
Yeah,
revoked.
Billy took your card.
What do I do?
This is
Because I
This
can't
is
swim.
us.
Oh,
This is us.
Oh, let's. Okay, William, call into the show. We'll talk about all the great shows that you watch with your significant other that are not baseball related. When's the last time you watched baseball other than at Scene Park? I bet you also watch some questionable, manly programs. I was going to say films, but they don't film anything anymore. Yeah, I mean, This Is Us isn't bad. Listen, This Is Us is probably it's probably the fence, right? You're on the fence, like, but it's good programming because it always keeps you guessing. And I'm gonna have all the chicks back me up on this. It is a legit program. I'm not watching like Grey's Anatomy or I mean I know Billy McCartney. He's a soft-hearted man, and there are programs that he will not admit to watching. Guarantee, like the French chef from.
He said nope.
All right, well screw it.
Hey, I watch One Tree Hill, man. That's my show.
One Tree Hill. What? Oh, you definitely watch
That's my
some
show.
weird stuff.
I don't watch TV much, honestly. I really don't.
What's your show? Like your go-to? Like you don't want anybody to know about.
I mean, all the shows I watch, like I used to watch like The Walking Dead and
I got
Top
boring.
Gear and stuff like that. Like I don't watch anything like that. Like movie, P.S. I Love You. I watched that one. I like that movie.
Okay,
It's
so
about
there it
the
is.
There you
earliest
go.
thing
There
I
it is.
watched.
There
It's a
you
good
go.
movie though.
I mean, he's throwing shade at The Notebook. Like,
It's a good movie.
Notebook is a good
That's a
movie.
good flick,
It's a good
man.
movie.
That's a good flick.
I'd be caught dead watching it, but that's a good.
No. Like, that's one of those ones you keep your hand on the remote, like you're
Yeah,
watching
waiting.
it, and then you hear the door open, and you go, pip, 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 pip. like you knock
20
it
channels
down.
away.
I wasn't even close. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I didn't watch a Notebook.
Q, you strike me as a Brokeback Mountain kind of
Oh
No.
no, I don't think so. Quentin strikes me as he watches the Food Channel.
I
Like,
watch
guy. Oh, okay.
you know
I
what I
like the
mean?
Food
Like
I like
you-
HGTV.
Oh, do you? Mm-hmm. So what do you watch HGTV for? Because you don't like it's not your home. My wife watches HGTV and has convinced me to watch it because we always come up with the phrase, "Oh, that's our next house. In our next house, we're gonna do this." Like, I'm convinced. There's probably a chance we're never moving. It's just one of those like goals things, you know. Like, so like, what are you looking for in HGTV?
I like the house renovation ones. I like those.
So what?
They're weird. I don't know, because I'm OCD and stuff like that to an extent. So like I like watching, like seeing how people do their house and be like, nah, I wouldn't do that. That's ugly.
Do you buy into the I'm a school teacher and my husband's an unemployed contractor?
It's
and
like
our
I raise
budget-
gerbils and he folds paper for a living. Our budget is $3 million.
Yeah. No.
What the hell?
I melt candles. Even our budget is 6 point. Now the majority of the people are from Canada. I've come to find out. So they come off that
Exchange rate.
border a little bit. Still, the exchange rate isn't like $3 bill.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like $1 for every 3 million Canadian. So I'm really interested in where these people come from and if that's their legit job, because Mies thinks that there's some kind of placement system that this is all
Two
for
school
show.
teachers don't equal $600,000.
And that shouldn't. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I think they should get paid, but like $300K for anything that is not like life
To then
saving.
go buy a beachfront house or whatever, like nah.
I'm trying to get my wife, because we're discussing moving. We've been in our house for 11 years. We're discussing maybe with the housing market being what it is, it might be the right time. So we have this creek, whatever way you want to say it. We say creek here, but I say crick a lot
I
because
say
that's
correct.
Yard obstacle.
yard obstacle. So we have this creek that runs through the side of our yard and through our property, like legit, like 75% through our property, and then you have like the other 25% is woods, still ours. And I'm trying to get her and convince her to say that we have waterfront property with the creek because it's legit.
Well, technically
Waterfront
you
property
do.
in Palestine.
Like, I told her, like, let's go get some lawn chairs and make it like a lagoon, like make it look really cool.
Import some sand.
Yeah, we got the sand. The girl's got a sandbox, so like we're good there. We can just take the turtle. It's one of those turtles. You just put sand and your stuff in, then you cover it. We're teaching them how to cover their sand because if you don't cover sand, it turns into mud.
Yeah, or the neighborhood cats will come in pooping.
Yeah, that ain't good either. No, we're not worried so much about cats, just the actual neighbors.
Just coming in
The
pooping.
neighbors pooping it.
Yeah,
A damn neighbor again.
So I'm trying to
Shit in my
convince her.
sandwich. That's
Trying
my
to
neighbor.
convince her that we have waterfront property and to put it in the description, just because I think we would get a different demographic of people coming in if we had waterfront. But who knows? I mean, the market's there now. She's adamant that she wants to hang on another couple of years until the girls are in. But like, we're not going to go far. We're staying here. It's just a matter of 10, 15 miles or something like that. So interesting, but because when you talk about the HGTV stuff, some of these not even houses, like apartments that they buy, like they're dropping $4.2 million. Like, what other, like, your house is important. There's no way I'm ever dropping 4.2 mil on somewhere where I just rest my head at night.
Yeah.
And they're getting like sheds
I
sometimes
like those like
for houses.
beachfront bargain hunts and all that stuff. I like those shows.
What's the one that they can either buy it or list it? I think is one of them.
Yeah,
where
something like
They
that. Or
redo their
fix or
house.
flop
They
or something.
like,
Fix or
Yeah,
flop.
they like redo it.
yeah, and then you have to you either have to pick if you're gonna move or have the renovated house. Now my question is all that, like, you still have to pay for the renovations, right?
You're paying for the renovations, and you're essentially doing what you want with it. Why? Just
But
live
they have to do it on a budget. So like if they get to a point like,
I've been balling on a budget since '91. I mean, come on.
is that when you were born?
Yeah.
Balling on a budget. You look at if there's anybody at this table that you thought was balling on a budget, it's not Tristan. Like he's He's got
$4
the buckles.
$400 shirt.
These swim trunks are probably.
You thrift
10?
shop guy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thrift shop? All right.
Yeah, I go to like all the department stores, like the TJ Maxx, Marshalls.
Yeah.
I love a good Goodwill. I love going there.
Goodwill. Goodwill's good. It's been a minute since I've been to a thrift shop.
Oh, you need to go to Goodwill. Find some good things.
I don't think I could do it. Not with Corona.
I think the last time I was at a thrift shop was at one in Mahoning, on Mahoning Avenue. It was like the world's largest thrift shop or something like that. They said,
Is it still there?
no, it was long gone.
Well, it might have been the biggest, but it wasn't the most sustaining.
The biggest,
apparently.
emptiest
Yeah.
Goodwill around.
All right, so Billy's saying he's watching Ozark, The Game of Thrones, and The Last Kingdom.
I think
so,
he just picked the manliest three that he could
yeah,
think of.
I think he probably Googled
Ozark's,
manliest-
Ozark's good though. It's just really slow.
Most beards in an episode.
Game of Thrones. I never saw one. Like, there's this one thing
No.
going around. Like, no one can say they never. I can't get behind it. Like,
I watched the game. My brothers told me I can't watch it anymore because like the Ice Devil. He's not called the Ice Devil, but damn it, he's the Ice Devil. He looks exactly like the Ice Devil, so I'm gonna call him the Ice Devil. Like, you can't watch this with us anymore. I had no idea what the hell was going on. This guy.
No. Why? You just ask a bunch of questions?
Yeah, and he's like walking around with a ice trident, and he throws it at people. That's the Ice Devil.
I'm sorry, I can't get behind that. Like, I'll watch Star Wars, but I can't do like the old school things. Like, nothing gets me rattled up about a sword fight. You know what I mean?
No.
You know, riding in because I think I've seen growing up. My parents gave me the ability to watch, I forget, Princess Bride. So and like Monty Python's Holy Grail, which
that's a good one.
I'm still not a fan of, but like I'll
You
watch.
don't like
it.
Monty Python?
It's kind of funny, but like I'm not.
It is overplayed.
Yeah,
It's
like
funny the first time.
I don't get British humor. Like
I liked when he's like, it's mere flesh. He's like,
It's a flesh
he's like,
wound.
your arm's off.
I just like when they start making
Running
fun
away,
of each other.
see?
There was like when we were super like parents didn't have cable. We were just the antenna. We watched PBS all the time. I think,
Yep.
and then
PBS
like
was
at
good.
I
late
grew up on PBS.
late night they had like all these like British shows on.
Yeah.
Red Green Show I think is one that like really funny, but after that like British comedy never did it for me because I feel like they try too hard. Like everybody likes the original Office, and I don't care for it.
Wait,
Ricky
there's a
Ger-
British version of The Office?
It's the original.
It's the original one.
Yeah,
The Office in here came from there.
yeah. This was a spin-off.
Oh, man,
Or
I
not a
can't watch it
spin-off,
without Steve Carell.
It just brought it over.
secondary series, whatever
It
they
was
call
like
it.
it's like whose line is it anyway? Came from.
I could not get behind the British version of The Office because Ricky Gervais does nothing for me. Like
No, I don't even know who that is, but no.
he ended up actually on Michael's farewell tour there. He ended up coming in interviewing for the job. He was the British guy. They met like at the elevator,
Oh,
and like he's just like he doesn't do anything to me that's funny, like other than make fun of our politics over here, which is really funny if you think about it. Like as long as you're making fun of both sides, I'll laugh. But like if you're just making fun of one side, I'm like, all right, I think we know what side you're spinning.
yeah.
But British, like, do you like British comedy?
No.
I can't get behind it. Like it's.
I like British comedy when they bring it over to America and they make it American.
You know what
like
I
The
think?
Office.
I like redneck comedy. Like I figured this out.
Oh, Redneck's
Oh, those
is
guys,
it?
yeah.
Donnie Baker, I could listen to Donnie Baker spit for hours. Like I could watch Donnie Baker videos for hours and just die laughing because there's no hate in it. It's just very matter of fact, and he makes fun of his neighbors.
I love it. He's like, this is where my boat used to sit. Thanks, Mitchell.
Mitchell, your wife's a sea cow. It's so funny. For me, it's top notch. So if you've never listened or watched Donnie Baker, I highly encourage it. It does get a little flagrant at times, but just saw Leonard walk by. Our man Leonard Stanley from Pizza Joe's.
Gotta go run and grab him.
Grab him. Sweet honey hot. But yeah, if there's what gets you laughing? Like, is there a certain genre of comedy that you're
I just
laughing
like the
about?
one-liners, man, where people throw them in. Like, nah, I don't know. One-liners, yeah, definitely, but I don't know how to explain it.
Do you like
When someone's trying to be serious and someone says like something, that shit cracks me up.
yeah, like Hangover for me is like the perfect comedy.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Perfect comedy. I saw a movie I haven't seen in probably, no lie, 20 years. The other night pop up, and I was like, you know what? I'll give this a shot. I haven't seen it in a while. Austin Powers.
Oh,
it aged so well. It aged so well. And Austin Powers doesn't necessarily get me laughing. Again, go back to the British comedy. But Dr. Evil cracks me
He's
up.
hilarious.
Hello, Scott. and like when he's in the chair and the chair starts spinning around and he's like, oh, I need a young priest and an old priest. And then he's like, gonna bomb. I'm like, all these funny things that you know, when I was in probably freshman, sophomore year, like, had me dying. Like, dying.
Goldmember's my favorite.
Goldmember.
I love Goldmember.
Fat Bastard had some good lines.
I like the Goldmember. What's his name? I don't remember. I think it is Goldmember.
Hey, Goldmember.
He's the.
It was one Beyonce was in, right?
It's the Dutch guy. Yeah. My
Yeah,
Vinky,
his name
my
is
Vinky was a key.
Yeah. Help me from myself. Help me from myself. Yeah, it's. Hey, out there, if you shout out to the bald guys, says Billy. That's right. This is fresh and clean, baby. Fresh and clean, like Dr. Evil. If you're out there, I mean, is there a favorite Austin Powers or a favorite comedy trilogy that you guys have? Like Hangover, I think progressively got worse
Because you can't play on it. Because I mean, they outdid themselves the first one. Granted, the other ones are still funny.
Second one was funny. Third one, they had to get kind of raunchy to get funny, but it was still funny. Like
It's
the
still
giraffe,
Yeah.
hysterical.
I like the Hangover. He's like, I got a demon in me, and he's like, it's true. He has semen in him. He's like, I said demon. Yeah, but you do have semen. I like that one. I mean, but they outdid themselves the first one.
I think so. Like it's hard,
But
to,
it's still funny, but not as funny. No one's ever gonna match the first one. Like,
no. But like
Step Brothers is hilarious.
they're doing Step Brothers too.
It's gonna be hard to top. That's gonna be the same thing. Cause like,
But there's enough time between first and second that I think. You
But I
can
want to
get-
go back. I'm gonna be the type. You might be too. You're gonna go back and watch the first one,
100%.
and then you're gonna watch the second one. And you're gonna be like, well,
Is there a trilogy that if it's on TV, like you're not missing it? Like you're scrolling through it and you're like, Psh, nothing else has a chance.
like movie or movie. Oh man, we're talking funny movies.
I mean, really any movie. I mean, we just got on a funny movie because that's my favorite.
My
Like,
favorite
I-
movie of all time is Troy. You ever watch Troy?
I haven't.
Troy is awesome.
That's Brad Pitt, right?
Yep, he's Achilles. My favorite movie of all time.
I've never seen it. Never seen it. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Oh, I don't know.
Gladiator, kind of same idea. Gladiator to me had everything. You know, it didn't really have comedy per se.
I like that type of stuff, like Troy. Like it's old, like Achilles and Hector and all them, and like Troy, the battle of the Trojans, the Trojan horse, and all that. See,
I
like
guess
that
I take everything back. I completely flip flopped in about 30 minutes about talking about Game of Thrones and dudes with swords. But like, I don't like Game of Thrones. I feel like you had to be like invested in, right?
Oh, see, he agrees. Troy is the best.
Tristan Reynolds is the Peanut Butter Falcon.
Peanut Butter Falcon's a really good movie too.
That's a legit movie.
It's Shia LaBeouf, and there's a kid with Down syndrome in it, but
Okay.
he becomes a wrestler, and it's so funny. It's hilarious, but he ends up winning the fight because he looks at the guy, like the kid with Down syndrome, and becomes a wrestler, and he says, "They're like, get mad, say something that gets you mad." He's like, he says, "Hey, I think his name is Silas or something. Cyrus." He's like, "You're not invited to my birthday party." Throws him out of the ring, dude. It's
Are you
hilarious.
serious?
Yeah, man.
Oh, so he's like a professional wrestler.
No, he becomes a wrestler, not professional, but he like
a wrestler, like amateur wrestler.
Yeah, like
okay.
he escapes where he is, and he meets up with Shia LaBeouf's character. And Shia LaBeouf. It's if
Peanut Butter Falcon.
It's awesome.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to check this one out.
It's awesome.
All right. It has a sword play for DJ, so you don't like it. What? Troy. Hey, listen, Billy McCartney with a legit Hunger Games.
Oh, I love her. I read the book. After I watched the first one, I had to go read the books.
I love Hunger Games.
And I don't read. That's how much it like got me on.
Oh, I don't like. There's not a chance I'm ever gonna read.
I read all the books because I liked the first one so much.
I don't. I can't. Like, my attention span is not there to read.
No. Yeah.
It's just not, and I wish it was because I want to look smart. It ain't happening. Like I promised myself, like January 1st, 2 years ago, I was like, I'm gonna read a book every day, 30 pages a day.
Yeah.
That lasted till January 2nd, and I was like, this sucks.
A good book to read is Killing Kennedy. Is a good one. All the Hunger Game ones are good. Killing Lincoln's a good one. They're all good.
Let me list off the books that I know that I've read in my life. Brett Favre autobiography, the Cat in the Hat, and also Oh, the Places We'll Go.
I guarantee you read Where the Red Fern Grows. Wow, that's a good one.
There's ones we had to read in high school I didn't even read.
Where the Sidewalk Ends, I still skipped over that one. Like, I just...
That was like a
All the
book of
Bright Things is a good
poems.
book too. I read that one. That's a good one.
I can do poems. You know what I love?
Yeah, because you're like 10 lines and you're done.
Yeah. Like, I'm not wasting
I'm all
time.
in on that.
I would say, like, motivational quotes, I could read all day.
Yeah?
I do it anyway. Like, I've
There's
got,
books out there that just have straight quotes.
I got it. Yeah, I found it. There's a book like this that my wife bought me of, like, just quotes and stories about how, like, entrepreneurs got started. But it's only, like, 3 pages per entrepreneur. I'm in. I'm in all day. But if I've got to read a 600-page book, just count me out. Like,
I got the best book. It's
Throw
like
me in the
probably
book.
only 100 pages. My grandparents bought it for me. It's about an athlete who devoted his whole life to being an athlete. Wants to make it, doesn't make it, becomes real depressed, becomes like severe depression, severe. Ends up being a coach and it saves his life. It's an awesome book. I don't even know. I can't remember the title of it, but it's an awesome book. I've read it twice. So it's awesome.
and you don't know the title?
It's bigger than the game. I think it's called.
Okay.
Bigger than the game.
I can respect that. Kate Kelly jumping in the conversation saying, Hunger Games books were good. Don't worry, Billy can't read either. That's okay.
John Wick. He said something about John Wick. Never watched it.
John Wick is Quinn's movie because it's the dude, I always forget his name, from Bill and Ted's Adventure in the Matrix. Keanu Reeves.
Never seen it.
You're the guy that's going to play you in your documentary.
Never seen it.
I've never seen John Wick either.
I just know don't kill his dog. That's
I've
all.
read
I always
2
see
books.
memes about
That's
it.
it. 2 books, and I've never seen John Wick.
What books do you read?
The Winner's Manual by Tressel.
How to Catch Predator.
No, and then Metamorphosis of a Criminal.
Wow,
That's
you
like
got dark
two.
real
That's
fast.
2 ends of the
Yeah.
spectrum there, my guy.
It was a good book.
That was like 2 downs and punt. like,
Is it Tom Brady punting on 3rd down?
yeah,
3rd and 40. So
the
punt it.
anatomy of a murderer.
It was a good book though. It was a good book.
Was it long?
Not really. Like 250 pages.
Do you own it or do you? What do you do do you rent it from the library?
I don't go to
I don't
libraries.
even
I
know.
don't know.
Borrow it. Borrowed from the library.
I hate libraries.
Checked out. Remember when the library was the only place that you could go get the internet?
Yeah. I used to go to Columbiana. Library.
Crazy. We're talking about your favorite movies, trilogies, and also we're talking about the books that you would recommend. I don't want to preface this and get everybody's hopes up. Like, probably not going to read them. We just want to hear about them.
Yeah.
Because
Put a little synopsis in there so
Yeah,
we don't
like-
have to read it.
give me the Cliff's Notes. Like, show me the back page and like, oh, this is aggressively pushed by, this guy.
Band of Brothers is a good one. Band of Brothers is a good one.
I've never seen it.
It's awesome. You gotta watch it.
Never seen it.
It's awesome.
I heard about it. It was at HBO, right?
Yeah, it's very good. Very good.
You know what I've always wanted to see, but I can't pull the trigger on home box office? Ballers with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I just love him. I felt like he's overplayed for doing that though. Like, every time I see like a big time movie star do a TV show, I'm like, I feel like you're stretching. You're reaching now. That's how I feel. Although it could be good. Like Ozark has, I can't remember his name, but he's a famous actor. But he's
Obviously not famous enough.
He is. I just can't remember his name. But
Have you guys?
I feel like you're stretching when you do that.
There's a lot of push, and I know I'm changing gears here on you. There's a lot of push around this play that's going to be put on the Disney Channel. We talked about
play.
What is it called?
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
It's great.
So like, people are all aboard on Hamilton. I've never heard about it. I've never seen
Is that
it.
like a Shakespeare thing?
But
It's that concept though. It's a Broadway play.
there's a movie out there that I love, and it's going to be way off the cuff. It's called The Greatest Showman. Hugh Jackson is in it. Or no, wait, not Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackson. That's two very different people.
Yeah.
One drove the Browns into insecure.
He still has to jump in the lake too. Damn it.
And then the other is like legit The Greatest Showman.
Jacksman. That's my cousin. Maxwell Jackswell, and then Jacksman.
Yeah. Okay. You guys are cousins.
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate that.
Same tree.
Distant
I
cousins.
went. We just don't spell it the same. I watched this. My wife said, "Hey, we do movie nights. It's her pick, then my pick. Her pick. Leave Michael alone."
Michael's trying to get to second base with me over here.
Whoa,
Oh, Jason Bateman. There you go.
Jason Bateman.
That's the dude in Ozark.
Oh, okay.
No, he's good. He's a good actor.
Yo, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
So she puts on The Greatest Showman, and I'm like, this is a musical? I'm out. Like, I'm not
It's pretty good.
amazing.
The only musical I'm watching is High School Musical.
Loser.
It's awesome. I watched them all.
Loser. There's your
I got them on my soundtrack for running.
I don't
We're all
think
in this together, guys.
I think you need to
Keep that in mind.
for a couple of minutes. I think, in the group.
I don't think I'm legally allowed to watch High School Musical. I don't think I'm above age. Like, you're not
I
allowed
just,
to do
I
that.
just like the
It's like going to
songs.
Chuck E.
The songs
Cheese.
are awesome.
Certain times you just can't go anymore.
No, man.
You don't like the songs?
I've never heard of it.
Oh, the songs are awesome.
No, they're not.
Oh.
I got like.
Is it like watching Glee? Is that-
It's
Glee was good.
it's Glee before Glee.
Wait.
Glee was good. They were good. Like, talent-wise, singing and all that stuff, they were good.
Ooh, Southpaw.
There's a reason they all moved on to other stuff.
Gleek? Are you a Gleek?
No.
Southpaw's a good movie.
Tim Gallagher was for a long time.
Southpaw?
I think that's like a MMA, like a UFC, or boxing, one of the two.
The hell was the one with?
They fight their brother. That was a good one.
That's a good one. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
What the hell was the name of that movie?
Is it? It's not Southpaw, is it?
The Fighter. The Fighter.
The fighter? No, that's with Mark Wahlberg.
No.
He's the boxer. Yeah. Where he's a boxer.
Yeah.
His brother
I
is
think,
like a
I think
druggie,
he's right. I think he's right on that one.
and he comes back and
That was a good one too.
yeah.
Because Amy Adams is my homegirl. I can get first off, I thought she was attractive beginning, and then you go to she turned into Lois Lane, and I'm a huge Superman fan. All in, all in.
So that's all it takes.
The Godfather
Oh,
trilogy. Okay.
I
I can't be on the Godfather. It's too long for me.
have never seen The Godfather.
Me either. Well, I've seen bits and pieces, but I always walk away.
I have never seen The Godfather. I have never seen Goodfellas. I've never seen any of that. Like I'm not Italian.
It's good today.
And I
Everyone's
know you
answering
don't
my
have to
question.
be, but
Warrior's the brother.
The Warrior. That's what it was. Warrior. That's what it was. That is. I love that movie. Love that movie. What was? Because that was one that Kurt Angle was in, like a cameo as like the Russian, and like it took me a minute because Kurt Angle never looked like that when he wrestled, and all of a sudden I was like, who the hell is that guy? He is jacked, and he turns around. I was like, it's Kurt Angle. He's from Pittsburgh.
Oh, Kurt Angle, man, he's man.
But then he's like Vladimir Kushkov. like what? I don't know. Tom Hardy, Warrior. Yes, Tom Hardy was. Also, Tom Hardy had a hell of a streak where he was killing it on the big screen.
He kills it in.
Bane,
If you want to talk about,
Mad Max.
we'll talk about TV shows for a second. Go to Netflix and watch Peaky Blinders. Hardy's in there.
Really?
Oh, he's awesome. He's
I like
his
him as an
accent in there. I don't even know if he's Irish or if he's. I can't tell. I don't know. I probably should figure that out. But his accent's awesome.
What was I gonna say? There's another movie coming out in sports that they were looking at. Oh, the Kobe doc that we didn't talk about the other day.
We talked about that way longer. We're like, man, it'd be awesome if someone
Yeah.
followed him. I guarantee that they have people following these and they don't let it out until like something.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
Until LeBron
it's-
challenges your status.
yeah, nerd.
Hudson's saying
Loser.
Dark Knight series.
I'm
That's
not a
actually-
Batman guy. Like, Batman beats Superman. Nerd, you can't tell me Batman beats Superman. No way.
Nope.
No
Not on
way.
any day. Unless he's got kryptonite, and sorry about your luck still, because you're never gonna get that close.
No.
You have laser beams in your eyes,
I know.
dude. Bzzz, dead.
Yeah.
Like nothing. Like there's nothing in your utility belt that is going to stop you from being lasered to death by Superman's eyes. He can see you from a billion
I
miles
know, it's
away.
He is a normal man who dresses up in latex and drives a fast car and has a whole bunch of gadgets.
Yeah, he's a rich. guy.
Superman cannot die.
Yeah, well, he did, but that's only because they needed him to.
He's not dead. Probably out there still somewhere.
I mean, but that's why Superman movies are so boring, because you know, like, nobody
How
can
you
beat
laughing
him.
at?
Superman over there.
My laser beams. I'm just saying, like, you can fly, you have super strength, and you have laser beams coming out your eyes. You're the Michael Jordan of superheroes.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's gonna beat you.
I'm not a big fan of the. Those are DC, right?
Listen, yeah,
Marvel's better. Like,
Marvel is
I like Thor. Thor is the man.
Marvel is portrayed better on screen. Yes. But
Comics?
the greatest Superman or the greatest superhero ever is never not going to be Superman. I'm sorry.
Thor.
Like,
in my opinion, it's got to be Thor. Thor would
He just
wipe the
has to be the
floor
best.
with Superman.
His name's Superman. Has to be the best.
Thor.
the Man of Steel.
Thor, the God of Thunder.
Thor is something that happens when you run too much for me.
That's called
You get
Big
Thor?
Sore, Mike Tyson.
You and Mike?
I'm Super Thor.
All right, that makes me laugh too.
That was good, kid.
Yeah, well, it was good. We didn't drop in a joke there.
Thanks.
Broadcasting school paying off for you again, buddy. I'm proud
That was
of
on
you.
last night.
What, like Major League?
I walked home and my dad was watching it.
Are there any movies like are super underrated for
Dodgeball.
sports? I agree with
Because
that.
I love Cotton. Not Cotton.
That's Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman.
Yeah,
but
he-
his character, I like when he's like,
Bold strategy,
he's like,
Cotton.
that's a bold strategy, Cotton.
All right, Billy, now you're pissing me off because now you're saying that Hulk is basically Superman without flying. He can't die. Superman would take Hulk to the cleaners. Straight up.
Thor, I think Thor beat up the Hulk.
Nobody likes
They-
Thor.
What? No one
No
likes
one likes
Thor?
Thor.
Thor is, he's better than
If
Captain
I,
America.
whoa.
Way better than Captain. He would work Captain America.
Whoa.
Work him.
I'm just saying, without Captain America, Thor's probably dead from Thanos.
So much for a sports company talk show
Spoiler.
right now.
Spoiler alert.
No. Jason Bourne series? I've never watched
That
it.
that
Those
is a
aren't
good
bad.
Never watched
series.
it.
I watched
Those
that
aren't
all the
bad.
way to Philadelphia. That'll scare the hell out of you. Like if there's somebody out there that can do that stuff, Jason Bourne versus James Bond is where it's at. Like my dad was a big Bond guy, but having the conversation about Jason Bourne, legit.
Bourne is New Age Bond.
He is,
Or
but it's a little bit
He's
different.
American Bond, whatever.
But Bourne is
however you
like
wanna take it.
Bourne is like middle society. Bond was always like he'd have
High
the
society.
greatest of things, and Thor blows.
I know. I saw that. I didn't want to comment on that. I'll
Like-
get to him later. I'll get to his
like, if it wasn't for Thor, who would you pick?
Ooh.
You'd probably be like the redheaded chick. What's her name?
She bad though, but no.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. No, because he's no. I don't know, man. I hate the Hulk because he's such a jackass. He's just mean all the time.
Not a fan. I'm a Captain America guy.
I like Captain America.
Did you know your little Michael cutout's $225?
Is that the same one?
Yeah.
Put it on eBay. Let's go.
$225. Bailey said he'll buy it right now.
$225.
$225.
$225 cash. He could be on the show and buy it. And then he can get a pair of sunglasses too. It's the $240.
Let's see here.
You guys can take it with you. You excited? Let's get back
I'll
to
run that
sports.
thing
later.
right over.
Are
I'll
you,
run it over in the
Are
parking
you
lot.
excited about your travels?
I am.
When do you
I'm
when do you
very
leave?
excited. We haven't decided yet. Either Saturday or Sunday. We got to be down there Sunday. So.
And you're going completely different. No more Nashville, right? You're going
right.
Indy.
We moved to Indy. Yeah.
You guys gonna drive, obviously.
Yeah. Me and Bailey, we're gonna drive together and we're gonna make a blog together.
Yep, they're
So
blogging it.
It'll be fun.
On the road with Q and E.
Yeah, we're excited.
This brings me back to my Brokeback Mountain comment.
You said if I ever watched the movie. You didn't say if I lived the movie.
So you'd rather live than watch it?
No, neither. I'm good.
Very suspicious.
There's a reason I stay seated.
You're gonna be Thor. So you're leaving from Canfield area. You're going to Indianapolis. What's the journey? What are we doing? What are we doing there?
What is it? It's 5.5 hours. So it'll end up probably being like 5 hours.
Where are you playing? It's not Lucas Oil, right?
No, we're playing at the Indiana Convention Center, which is right near Lucas Oil. So we're hoping that there's going to be like some dead time in between to go see like Lucas Oil, see
You guys doing the tour?
Pacers. Me and Bailey probably will end up walking and stuff. We want to see I want to see Hinkle Fieldhouse a lot. So
Which one's that?
it's where Butler played. It's where Hoosiers was from.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that'll be sweet.
Oh, I want to see that pretty bad. So
Big-
I'm gonna find a way to do that.
Yeah, big basketball fan. I mean, you probably have to pull some strings, especially with the Rona. But
I'll find a way.
But talk about, I mean, for those who don't know, 2 days ago, probably one of the top tier worst days of your life when it comes down that Nashville pretty much shutting down again. You had this coming up this weekend, and basically Hux is like, hey, guys, we got to make these moves. Let's do it. And you have to do it within a small time frame.
Basically a day.
Yeah, so, I mean, walk us through your day. I thought I had a bad 48 hours, but it was nothing compared to what you had.
Yeah, mine was bad for about 6 hours. Yeah, I mean, we had to move everybody from both our teams, mine and Bailey's team, to Indy, basically from Nashville. So we had to cancel everything, hotels, Airbnbs, whatever, and then make sure we got put into Indy, and then get housing around there, and make sure everybody knew that and stuff like that, and just adjusting everything. I mean, we're in a good spot. We're blessed with great parents that understand stuff like this, so it helps us.
Does it tell you that people just want to play basketball right now? Like
Yeah.
the fact that they like in any other circumstance, you have a line of people out your door ready to beat your ass. But the fact that you're
That's why I hid down here.
yeah. Nobody's coming to East Palestine. Nobody's coming.
Just give him Bailey's address.
But it's now it's like it's almost like yes and a thank you. Like, do you want to play? Yes, and thank you for allowing us to play. What is that like as a coach? Because sometimes as a coach you have to be defensive all the time. I mean, you two have lived it. You're used to when you have a conversation with a family, a parent, that usually this is not going to go.
You're walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's constantly.
Those conversations, it sounded like they were very positive.
Yeah, all of our parents, my team, Bailey's team, the parents are very understanding, and they want the best for their kids, and as do we. So with them allowing us to do this and rotate into a whole different city, 2 states away from where we were supposed to be, not only from a logistical standpoint, but from like getting time off from their jobs to go, is huge, and we're very thankful to be in that spot.
You and EB have traveled the road together before. I would venture to guess it's a very interesting ride, to say the least. I'm sure there's a lot of conversation going on. We are tagging along in some capacity. You're going to blog about it. You're going to vlog about it. EB has bought in. He is joining the YSN squad as one of our guys. What is this one going to be like? What can people expect to see on your vlog, some of the conversations? Because really all I want from you is to have you put your phone up in the corner and shoot and just talk. Because I think there could be some really good content out of some of the goofy content. There could be some content like nuggets of information about basketball and being a coach and what it's like now, especially given the circumstance with Corona. But overall entertaining. Like I think that could be. What are some of the things you think you'll end up discussing?
Well, it's going to be a 5-hour trip, so that alone is going to be fun. You're going to get 5 hours of me and Eric together, which...
Wait, you're doing the whole 5?
Oh, yeah, we got to drive.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, we got to drive there. This could be 5 hours.
No, I'm saying you're videotaping.
Oh, no.
I was going to say, oh, boy.
No, I don't want to put anybody through that. Although some people would probably sit there and watch the entire
I would.
thing.
I'd buy pay-per-view.
But, no, it'll be a lot of basketball stuff. We'll talk about what we're doing at Lisbon for me and what Eric's doing on the girls' side at Salem. So we'll talk a lot about that. We'll talk about what we want to do down at Indy with our teams and stuff like that.
Just make sure that it's on for the food conversations because I'm sure
there'll be a lot of food talk. We'll be talking a lot about the Mountain Dew thing.
Now, how many times are you going to stop for food?
We won't stop.
You're going to have food all ready to go.
Yeah, what do you guys?
That's 5 hours.
I mean, we'll pick it up when we get on the road.
That's 5 hours.
Yeah, we'll pick up breakfast or whatever when we leave, or dinner or whatever time we leave. We'll pick up something then, and we'll be good to go.
Do you guys bunk together, or how's that work?
Yeah, most likely we'll be in housing together. We stayed together for Pittsburgh this past weekend, and why not? I mean, we drove together, so why not put us together and make it work?
There's one bed, there's one couch. Who gets the bed? Or do you guys share?
We don't care. We'll rotate it. It won't matter. It's going to be whoever falls where.
Who's the well, I know who. I think I know the answer to this question. Who is the clean one, and who is the dirty guy?
I'm more organized than he is. But
nailed that. Captain Lysol was in here.
He was in here organizing T-shirts.
Yeah, I mean, we're really clean, and we leave it the way we found it, basically. So we're clean together. I'm just more organized.
You guys do the Airbnbs or you do the hotels?
We do hotels.
Do you guys ever what has been the biggest argument that you and EB have had?
Just the way we go about things, because we coach differently.
Not sports,
not sports.
You guys bunking together, in the same room. I have had the ultimate pleasure of rooming with Stephen Q. Leslie on the road, and there were some blowouts.
Yeah, we don't blow out like that. I mean, there'll be a 2-minute session of, hey, Eric, you're snoring again, so shut up, sort of thing.
Do you snore?
No.
You don't snore?
Not like him.
EB snores.
I might snore, but not like him. And he falls asleep quicker than I do.
Is he buzzing? Is he sawing logs?
Oh, yeah.
Loud?
Yeah.
To the point where you're calling the manager on him?
Yeah.
I could, yeah.
Get him the hell out of here.
I mean, I'll pass out in 2 minutes anyway. But he hits the pillow, he's out.
Wow.
And then starts snoring. So
you're not a watch TV and casually fall asleep guy? EB's like he hits a pillow and he's out.
We
guys are
also
boring.
we're on the go the whole time. Like we're running tournaments, we're working and coaching and all that stuff. So.
Well, yeah. For the first time since you've been here, I saw you work.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I was like, "Where's this guy been?" Like you're doing like multiple phones, like you're Jerry Maguire. I'm like, who the hell is that guy? Like he just comes in here and plays Mario Kart. Where's Quinn at? No, you do a lot more than that.
So,
Bust your balls.
It's either
you folded our
snoring
t-shirts.
or folded up t-shirts. That and the temperature, we seem to struggle on agreeing on.
Are
that
you a cold
sometimes.
guy?
Yes.
And he's a hot guy.
Not as cold as me, which hot
You're
to
a hot
me,
guy.
but he's not as cold. To
So
me.
like, what's the like? Have you guys come up with? It's 72 or I'll kill you.
No, I just put it all the way down and hope he doesn't notice.
All the way down?
All the way down. I'll put that thing as low as it goes.
Yeah, I'm with
If
him
it
on
can
that
snow in that room, it's gonna snow.
All right, that's a little
Hell
low.
no.
That's a little low. But I do like. It depends on what the covers are. The blankets.
The big boys or the...
Yeah, if it's like heavy, crank it down low. Like crank it down. If it is not, no.
All the way down.
I don't even like... Half the time I don't even use a blanket, especially in the summer.
Really?
All the way
Yeah.
down.
See, we bought a separate AC unit for our room in our house because the girls hate cold, and I love it. I have to sleep cold. Like that's the best way to sleep. I learned that in college. So if the room wasn't freezing, because we had a situation where we had like the bathroom in the middle, but there was a room here and a room here, and they were connected to each other, the suite. And what we did was we put all the beds in one room, and then we had like a party room. And ever since then, like I learned to sleep in the freezing cold because those guys from Wilmington, Pennsylvania, sleep like it is in the Eskimos. Like it's unbelievable. But then I learned I sleep better that way. So interesting enough. We're gonna take a break. It's about 1 o'clock hour. We're gonna freshen up and hit up our Arizona Green iced tea here. Courtesy of Brian Scott, trying to keep us happy and healthy.
BS.
And then you got Quinn over there who's still popping Mountain Dew. We'll catch up. We'll update you on the Mountain Dew, and we'll just keep it light here on the final 3-hour power hour of all time. We will send a salute to the 3-hour as we start Mondays at 1-hour time slots at 3 o'clock. We'll be back on the YSN Power Hour. We want to know who your favorite superhero is. Call in 330-886-0813. And if it's not Superman, you're wrong. We'll see you later.
Ah, the details. Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods is one fine ride. Perfect cornering, superb handling, sporty and stylish, power to spare, plus awesome mileage. Yeah, jaw-droppingly beautiful lines and well appointed with luxurious trim. Put more oomph in your life and start beholding the molding. Find your home's fine hardwood at BairdBrothers.com.
Storm season,
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
and Storm Tracker 21 is ready
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
on air,
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
online,
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
on social media, and on our app.
Stay in the showers. I'm keeping my eye on in parts of Columbiana County.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Hi everyone, this is DJ Yoakley with Your Sports Network. We appreciate your support of YSN and welcome you to the YSN family. Our broadcast streams are brought to you live at no cost to you by sponsors that are local to this community. Without the vision and generosity of our sponsors and partners, we would not be able to bring this game to you today. So please support the great businesses and leaders that are making this game possible. And if you're a business in need of great advertising and sponsorship opportunities, feel free to head over to our site for more information on the right fit for you. We are local, we are loyal, and we are live. We are YSN. Oh boy, I pulled up the Ron Potesta graphic, and I don't think the world was ready for that. DJ Yoakley here, the YSN Power Hour. On the other side of the table, three guys that need no introduction. It is Tristan Reynolds, it is Quinn Pushkar, and it is Michael Jordan, YSN Mike, as we call him here. Guys, all seriousness, sports betting and, well, betting and sports are synonymous. That's why it's called sports betting. Here in Ohio, still illegal. Pennsylvania, it's legal. West Virginia, it's legal. They're starting to get, and they have been getting, a lot of money from the Buckeye State. What?
Got a text from Bailey.
What do you say?
68 degrees. That's it.
And he's pinning it.
How cold does it need to be?
He's pinning it. So, sports betting, I'm excited for sports betting because I think it can be huge for us because you saw what happened with Barstool. Big into betting, gambling, but just the demographic that follows us loves betting on games. Not youth games, not high school games. They like betting in general, like just general 20 on a game or whatever. So
but how easy is it? Just say, hey, let's go 10 on a game, 20 on a game.
And I want to make it easier.
Yeah.
I think that with everything that has been legalized in the last 30 years in Ohio, if you can buy cigarettes and kill yourself, no offense to anybody who smokes cigarettes, but that's the Surgeon General's warning on the side.
And they're death sticks.
Yeah. If you can buy cigarettes and, I like to drink a beer every now and then, if you can die from alcohol, then why can't you bet $50 on a sports game? Like, what is illegal? So all that's changing. And I bring this up because we saw before we went on that the Detroit Tigers have partnered with a bookkeeper. How much BS is this? If you're Pete Rose, you're sitting, you open up the sports page, or what he really should be doing is turn on ysnlive.com, but nonetheless, if you open up ESPN and you say that the Tigers have partnered with a bookkeeper, come on.
Now, is he upset or is he low-key happy?
I don't know.
I think he'd probably be low-key happy.
You
I mean,
gotta
yeah, he's
be
probably
both.
pissed, but
He's
probably
been banned from baseball.
But now I think if I'm him, I'd be like, yeah, I'm pissed, but hey, there might be a chance for me to get in the Hall of Fame where I
I'd be
freaking
calling up
belong.
everybody and their brother at that point.
I still think that Pete Rose is not going to get in the Hall of Fame until he passes away, because then people will be like, oh, well, he did this and he paid his ultimate, and that's a stupid reason. He deserves, he lived, he did everything the right way on the baseball field, Charlie Hustle. He deserves to be acknowledged for that and have that moment of glory for what he did. Now, there's some people that say that he wouldn't even show up if he was enshrined in the Hall of Fame.
I think he would.
I mean,
I don't think he would.
I'd be mad. I'd be upset. You fought tooth and nail, and you gave the game everything you had, and then obviously he knows he made a mistake, and it was illegal at the time. But with the steroid era, they are changing. They are influencing the game directly.
Yeah.
And they get an 80-game suspension. So why does Pete Rose have to? And especially if baseball is going to do this, the first step would have been giving Pete Rose, saying he's not banned from baseball anymore. The writers can do as they wish, but he's not banned from baseball anymore. Then partner with the bookkeeping organizations, because now you look at it and you go, this looks like it is us stepping over everybody else just to make sure we make money. We line our pockets. Pete Rose, he's made a little bit of money because he is Charlie Hustle after all, but he's made a little bit of money from signing some baseballs. But the reality is he has still never had that moment, and now baseball is going to profit.
It's not that he bet on his team. He bet for him. He never bet against him.
I agree with that.
And then threw the game.
And
he didn't throw a game.
How many of us have done it where, without thinking, I'll bet you we win. I'll bet,
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yeah. That's what happens. That's sports. It's one competitor to another, and if you can add stakes to it,
yeah,
fire up the grill, right? Mm-hmm. So for me, the betting thing isn't big. It's not
and that's basically what he did.
If you have a gambling problem, it says right at the bottom, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Gambling problem, Mike?
No, he's got a competitive problem. You watch your mouth. He's sitting right next to you. He's going to take that broken hand and
cardboard
smack
cutout head off.
Is that Oh, that's a cardboard cutout? The whole time I thought that was Mike.
If that was the real Mike, he couldn't sit there silent this long.
Oh, he would slap that shit out of your.
His eyes
He
be as
already
red as
tried.
that sign. I mean, that wall right there.
Well, he's looking
his
up
eyes
at.
are pretty red.
He's looking up at Mr. Likens running on the blue turf. Is what it looks like. He's just enamored by that
It's
blue
a
turf.
great picture, though.
It's a great picture.
It's a really good picture.
Great photographer took it. Josh Workman, props to him. Also, hey, while we have a second, I don't know if he's out there watching or not, but last night was the first night for a brand new photographer, Sean Jordan. And man, you can't see his pictures yet because somebody fell asleep at 11:02 last night or whenever I got home. But when I put those pictures on, you're going to be impressed. My man.
That's our new guy, right?
Sean Jordan, Youngstown.
I'm not trying.
guy.
I
No,
say
he's
new
awesome.
guy, but I'm not trying to like.
No,
yeah,
I mean
don't
he's
know.
a new part of our team.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome. Loves what we do. Showed up last night, and like sometimes when people show up for the first time, you're like, okay, maybe
Like shy or whatever.
Maybe like he's afraid to dip his toe in the water. Like he's wearing all the proper YSN stuff. He doesn't look.
Tell
like,
me, old boy ripped the Band-Aid off and said, "Let's roll."
Yeah, he didn't look like a YSN. Like Sean showed up, hat flipped backwards, YSN hat. He's got like the backpack on. He's not afraid to go and get in your grill to
love
get
it.
what he needs. That is my dude right there. So I'm proud and excited to have Sean Jordan on our team. I know there's a lot of people that feel the same way. So Sean, if you're out there, once again, officially welcome to our squad. I saw your pictures this morning. They're unbelievable. So if you see Sean rustling around the baseball field, make sure you tell him what number your kid is because you're going to want these pictures. You're going to want to buy these pictures. Creepy as hell. I just looked up in the corner, and you guys forgot to take the bottom half of Michael Jordan away, and there's just like legs. So thanks for that. There's nightmares coming. I'm gonna have to watch like 6 hangovers.
But like, peep those spandex. We talked about those. Those are like thick.
You can't really see it on the screen, but it's like
That's probably top of the line though back in that day.
Yeah, but those are legit bike shorts, like you said.
oh yeah, those were.
Well, if
you weren't
anybody
bike
knows
shorts.
bike shorts, it's you.
I love my short shorts. I do.
Tight shorts.
No underwear usually. Because my the shorts that I get have underwear built in. Not really underwear.
Next
but
topic.
They have that like netting there.
Move along.
They have that netting. You know what I mean?
You want to hard wrap this one, or you want to just let it linger?
I don't
Like
like,
the
underwear.
cranberries.
I don't like underwear.
Do you have to let it linger?
The only time I wear underwear is usually when I play.
How the hell did we get here?
This is why we need a process of
Softball
a
because I
layout.
wear white pants. Basketball just because there's a lot of jumping. Other than that, no, not really.
Who the hell asked him that question?
We're
Mike's
talking
gonna
about
be sitting in the middle pretty soon.
I'm pretty sure. He tells you about Brokeback, but he's
Yeah.
over there talking about.
Free balling all over the place.
Oh, dude. All right. So, I mean, where do you guys sit on sports betting? I mean, is it something that you feel could assist in the health and wellness of the games?
It was inevitable. It was gonna happen anyway.
Yeah, because I mean, people are gonna do it regardless. So
I mean, are you cool with the Tigers jumping it and saying, "Hey, we partner with a bookkeeper"?
that kind of
That's
That's weird.
That gets them paid at the end of the day.
that's weird to me.
I'm all about
I mean,
entrepreneurship, but
If I'm gonna bet on the Tigers, I'm gonna bet on the Tigers.
But
Is,
Is
is,
it-
there,
I have
is there
to go
certain
through somebody.
guidelines say, hey, you can bet, but you can't like change the line?
the players can't.
I
bet.
bet you now you have to go through them specifically. Like I can't just go. I want 50 on the Tigers. Or
But think about this from a sponsorship standpoint.
Does it
okay?
hurt Vegas?
no,
No.
'cause it's a middleman.
Yeah.
Okay.
But my thing is this, is like, how do you have, like, if you're the Tigers, Miggy Cabrera comes out and says, when I go and bet my games, I bet on,
Yeah, that's.
fantasy land or
They
whatever.
probably won't be able to do that stuff.
Exactly. So how do you, I don't know how this works.
Middleman.
You know what I mean? Usually there's a male and a female.
It's gonna be
It
some-
fits. This doesn't work.
It's
Like,
gonna be like you dressed up in a Tigers uniform, saying that you bet on the Tigers.
but you can't associate player betting unless you let Pete Rose hit.
It's not gonna be player betting. They're
So why would I
for marketing commercials?
Oh, you're saying
they're
I
gonna
would
say,
dress
like,
up in a Tiger uniform,
Yeah.
like an actual.
You're gonna
like
fulfill your major league.
Tony
dream
the
and be
Tiger.
dressed
Carrying
up
frosted
as a Tiger
flakes in your
player.
book bag.
It'll be 31 Yoakley for the Tigers, and you'll be the one saying. I
Oh no
bet-
no 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 no
bet
no
with
no
the
no
Tigers.
no no! I thought you were. I gotta dress up like as a
No.
Tiger.
They'll
No,
dress
you-
you as a player
no.
and act like you're a player.
But they can't do that. Even if I'm not a player, you can't dress up and act like you're a player and say, "Hey, every time that I gamble, I go to sportsbetting.com." Like, you can't do that because you're
Unless
keeping
they
a
do it
guy
as
out
a
of the Hall of
fan.
Fame. You could do it as a fan, but
So you'll
who
be
the hell is going to
number
listen?
one
To,
Tigers fan, and that's it.
like, nobody ever listened to Player 99 for Gatorade.
No.
Like it was always Michael Jordan. Are you aware? Do you know that guy? Easy. Oh, whoa. You don't. You're gonna go to HR after this. You're gonna go
You
to
want to
HR.
just have HR right now?
We're gonna have to talk about how you inappropriately touched one of our.
Oh,
Players.
but he can get away with touching me under the table?
Oh,
There's his little
Brokeback
broken
Mountain.
hand right here.
We don't want to know what happened. Okay, take it easy. We're just happy that he doesn't touch Tristan from the last conversation we had.
I know, right?
I'm clearing space. That's all. Michael will return in a minute.
So how do you market this? How do you market sports betting in baseball?
Do you have to?
That's part of having a business.
I mean, they're going to get paid regardless because they're the middleman.
So what are you paying the Tigers for?
Partnership. I don't know.
But a partnership means that
I
you've
don't
got to
know.
promote, right? I mean, there's got to be something in it for both sides.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle this, because part of me thinks they're going to have to handle it with the kid gloves, right? Okay, well, we're going to do things a little at a time, but if it made ESPN on their site, there's going to be a lot of questions. And I got to believe in the comment section it's filled with Pete Rose better be in the Hall of Fame. This person, what are we doing here? Because Major League Baseball is already in a heap of trouble.
There we go.
But essentially to me, it's one of those, oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Hang on. YSN Hotline, you're on.
Yo, it's Paul.
Hi, Paul.
So, of course, I got to call in on the final 3-hour power hour.
Of course, man. What's on your mind?
All right, so I was reading up a little bit on this sports betting thing and what it actually is.
Okay.
So all it is like Pepsi. They're going to put billboards up around the stadium. They'll be mentioned in their, radio shows. And they'll have an app that if you're in the stands and you want to bet on the game, go to the app. So that's really all it is.
Well, I mean, you say that's all it is, but where's the line now? What do you do with a guy like Pete Rose who is banned from baseball because of sports betting?
Oh, I agree. I mean, I'm 100% that Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. As a player, absolutely, 100%. There should be no doubt. As a player, he was first ballot lock Hall of Fame. The manager part is where they get in trouble because as a manager, he bet on baseball, and that's a no-no. So, okay, fine. And I think he'd be fine with that. You don't want to put me in as a manager? That's fine. But I'm the best player that there was at the time, so why not in?
But I guess my question is this, and not that well, I mean, I think we've seen it through The Last Dance, is that players did actually gamble a little bit behind the scenes. But
oh yeah,
what kind of precedence does this set for baseball that they're just going to turn a blind eye to the situation at hand, which is one of the greatest players to ever play the game, is banned for sports betting, but at the same time, you're going to let one of your 30 teams become partners with a sports betting company.
I see that argument. See, it's weird on this one because after I was reading up on what this is, I don't really see a problem with it. I know that sounds weird, but I don't see a problem with it because it's the same thing as if, take the Cardinals, for instance. The Cardinals are huge sponsors with Anheuser-Busch and alcohol. And alcohol, kills people all the time. But they've got beer all over the place. And so now these guys are just saying, this is a company that wants to advertise with us. We need some revenue. So
there it is. That's exactly it right there.
But, the same argument could be, say, the Rockies. Say Denver, obviously because in Colorado, marijuana is legal. What if the Rockies say, well, we want to team up with a marijuana distributor? It's legal here, so they want to give us money, and we're going to...
Well, that's where the problem is. And that's where the question of, I don't even know, your loyalties and your ethics, come into question, because here's the thing. If you're the Rockies and, marijuana is legal there and you decide to take on a dispensary or whatever. What is it? Yeah, dispensary. What's what's the 3 letters they always CBD?
CBD,
Yeah,
like the CBD
all that
oil.
stuff. Yeah. So you take on one of those CBD. That's okay because right now nobody really cares. Like, it was a hot topic for a minute. Now people are like, it is what it is. Like the same thing as cigarettes. From you can either do it or you don't have to. Like, it's not, nobody's pushing it. But my question now, nobody's ever been banned from baseball for CBDs or marijuana or anything like that. And there's been like football solved their own problem because they were suspending players for marijuana. And the players' union said, we want this to go away. And it has gone away. So now you're going to see better players on the field that weren't like Josh Gordon. That was a problem. The NFL solved it. The problem about this was exactly what you said, Paul, is baseball saw revenue, which is great because baseball is a business. But they also sit there and they go, bad on you, Pete. You shouldn't be betting on the game. Nobody's allowed to bet on this game, but we're allowed to make money from people betting on the game. So the ethics side of me says there's something that's askew.
Yeah, well, and that's the big thing is they want money, and they know they're going to lose a ton of money this year because there's no fans. And yeah, when you read it here, it says signage will be displayed at the park. The sports book will be featured on their radio network, on the team's twice weekly live streaming show, and also it'll be distributed on the Detroit Tigers app, and also surrounding Comerica Park as well as MLB's ballpark app.
So that's that's my thing. Is they're taking money from a sports betting company, but they don't want to promote it. And great chime in from Billy McCartney. Baseball got rid of weed testing last year. And his second comment, they're loyal to money, and that is it. That's where their loyalties lie. And if you don't have ethics, it becomes a very slippery slope. They can solve all of this, all of it, if they just say, you know what, we've decided in this time and age that sports betting is a big part of who we are. Pete, you are completely off the hook. You're more than welcome. You put it in. Really, do what the OHSAA did to the Ohio government and said, we're just going to follow directions. They can say it's as easy as this for baseball. Manfred can come out and say, we're going to lift the ban on Pete Rose for sports betting, and we're going to let the writers decide. Because a lot of those writers will still be those old, rickety guys that are like pissed off. No, I'm not letting this guy in. He cheat the game. No. Like, if they voted right now, Paul, would you let Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame?
Absolutely. And here's the thing. I think the old-time guys would, and here's the difference. And I know you're a Barry Bonds fan, and I'm on the opposite side of that. I think Barry Bonds should never get in the Hall of Fame. Him, Canseco, McGuire, all those guys. They cheated the game even worse than Pete did. They shouldn't be in. But if you ask those writers, I guarantee you, they put Pete Rose in before they put Barry Bonds and the steroid guys in.
Probably.
And that's why a lot of these steroid guys are going to wait, and they're not going to get in for years because they're going to wait for these writers to be gone because, like you said, they're old, rickety guys.
Crotchety was the word I was looking for. I found rickety. I couldn't find crotchety.
They don't have a choice, though. I mean, they're going to have to wait.
They're your classic old-time baseball guys, and when they're gone, these new age writers are going to be there, and they're going to be like, guys like us. I say new age, guys like us in our 30s and 40s who grew up watching McGuire and Bonds and all those guys. And I mean, hey, Canseco was one of my favorite baseball players, but he cheated the game. So, but eventually they're going to get to a point where, like, well, you know what? Is it really that bad? You still had to hit the ball. He just recovered faster from.
That's my argument. You still have to hit the ball. That's
you're going to get in, and so I think eventually those guys will get in when these guys get passed. But yeah, if there was a vote right now, without a doubt, Pete Rose would get the 75 or 70%, whatever you need to get in the Hall of Fame. He'd get it.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you. You talked about steroid use, and you talked about it influencing the game. So this has been an argument I've had for a long time, and nobody can give me a straight answer on what the difference is. If you're taking steroids, right, and it influences the game so much, why do we allow people that have Tommy John surgery, ACL surgery, that they come back bigger, stronger, faster to come back to the game when we know for a fact there's a great chance that they either took performance-enhancing drugs to get them back on track, or they've changed their body in a way that they are now superhuman-like. We've seen pitchers go from low 90s to upper 90s and sometimes triple digits after Tommy John surgery, and Tommy John surgery has gone through the roof in the last decade or two because overuse of pitchers from the bottom up, right? From Little League on up. But we don't have any problem with surgeries, but as soon as somebody injects themselves or puts a cream on, that's a no-no.
Well, I look at like the Tommy John stuff. I look at it, and the best way I can give you an example is take a rubber band. Take a rubber band and stretch it. Keep stretching it for years. And then when you're done stretching it and you're playing with it, it's just a flimsy old rubber band. And that's what Tommy John, their arms sore. They're not sore. They tear muscles in their arm and ligaments, and now their arm's all stretched out. You go back in there and you just tighten it back up like a rubber band, and now you have a brand new rubber band. And that's why, guys are coming back and they're throwing faster because they've went in now and surgically repaired that broken rubber band to be now a tighter rubber band.
Okay, so we've got a comment from Billy McCartney that says science versus chemicals. So that takes me back to my pure argument of chemical is basically a portion. The word is derived from chemistry. So chemistry is science. So we've got science versus science here. How is one science right and one science wrong?
Well, one science is, like you said, the surgery part, is they've gone in and mastered the way to fix that piece of body better than it used to be, and now that's better. It's still your body, though, and you're using your own, you use some tools to make it better, but they're metal tools or lasers and stuff. Instead of, here's this bottle or this needle full of an out-of-body chemical that you're going to put in your body that was not naturally there to begin with and increase yourself to be better. Now, listen, Barry Bonds, when he played for the Pirates, absolutely, he still could have been a Hall of Famer back then for the numbers he did. And then McGuire, when he played with the Oakland A's, absolutely, was still one of those guys. But then when you see how freakishly big those guys got later in their career for the Cardinals and for the Giants, that's when you look at, like, okay, you were doing something, whether it was a cream you were rubbing on yourself or a needle you were injecting or pills you were popping. You don't get that big. Your hands and head don't grow like that because you're just getting old and, working out.
I mean, I see that point, but I also think to myself, like, in business, in everything we do, we're always looking for a competitive advantage. And if you were a mathematician and you were counting on your fingers and somebody came along with a calculator and completely blew you away, why is that all of a sudden illegal to do things more efficiently? Like, who are we protecting? Are we protecting the game? Are we protecting ourselves? Are we protecting the youth of America? What does banning steroids protect? Who does it protect, and why can't it be done? Like, what's
well, they are.
About
they're protecting.
HGH is beneficial. You get all these people taking HGH. It actually came out that it's beneficial for your body. And testosterone, you can go to the doctor right now and say, hey, I need test.
You can call Frank Thomas and text 43434, and you can get testosterone at your front door.
Well, you can get the injectable test from the doctor if you say, hey, but it's good for you. It's proven that it's good for you. That and, the HGH. So I think I'm on board with DJ in a way.
But like the androstenedione and some of that other stuff those guys were pumping into themselves, I mean, it wasn't the natural stuff that should. Testosterone, you naturally produce it. So as you get older, though, you produce less of it. And the Frank Thomas pills are saying, hey, you take these and it's going to boost your testosterone, production, and you're going to get back up there again where it was when you were 21 years old. But
the big hurt, more like the big hunk. That's my favorite commercial.
So to flip the question on you, would you vote for Barry Bonds to be in the Hall of Fame?
100% every time. And I was asked the question, if I was in baseball and it meant that I was going to get a $10 million contract, would I inject myself with steroids? The answer is yes, every time. If it's guaranteed money, and I know that my family is going to be set, if it knocks a year off of my life, I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? Now, I'll be dead honest with you. If they say that I'm going to give you $20 million, I'm going to inject you with this drug, and you're going to die. If it means that my wife and my girls in the next 2 generations of Yoakleys are going to live without having to work and have a better life, I'm probably still taking that shot. And I don't like shots to begin with. Like, Novocaine makes me pass out. So it's one of those things where I just, as a human being, you're going to do things to put yourself in a better position. If that meant better stats, and especially from the mid-'90s to now, if you're hitting the ball further, which there's still no evidence, zero evidence, that steroids makes you hit the ball further. It's just, and it surely doesn't have anything to do with your hand-eye coordination.
They take it for their body.
Yeah, they take it for their body. They take it so they're not on the shelf.
You're playing too many games. They take it for their body,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
If baseball really cared, and this is where I get really frustrated, but I see it from a business owner perspective, an economics perspective. If baseball cared about its players, it would be an 82-game season. You'd see the steroids significantly go down because people would be doubly as healthy as they are. But they don't want to do that because they don't want to lose the money in their pocketbooks. They don't care about the players. They care about making sure that they're cash flow positive. And over the last 17 years, the owners have made money every single year. So it takes me back to my original question. Are we not putting steroids in there because we don't want the money to come out of the owner's pocket? Is this an owner's thing? Or is this a Major League Baseball thing saying we're taking a stand? You know, Congress has pushed us into this because we saw Rafael Palmeiro sit there and wag his finger at Congress saying he didn't do anything and they should be ashamed. And then all of a sudden, oh, by the way, the best investigators in the world found out that Rafael Palmeiro, it's not just about Viagra, my friend. It's about it's not exactly what you're putting in your mouth, it's what you're putting in your butt. And it wasn't a pill, it was a shot, it was a needle. And so that's my thing, Paulie, is, you know, your stance on Barry Bonds. To me, he's one of the best players to ever play the game. I believe he's still the only 500 guy. So you look at that and you go, you're going to keep him out of the Hall of Fame because he took some cream? Like, if I take butter...
Here's my argument, and you kind of made it a little bit with your statement. If I came to you and said, hey, I'm going to give you this shot, you're going to get $20 million and you're going to set your family up, but you're going to die sooner, you would take that. So you are accepting the consequences of taking that drug, whether it's going to benefit you and your family for a little bit, but you're taking those consequences on yourself. That's where my argument is these guys took drugs. They shot themselves, they injected it, they swallowed it, they rubbed it on themselves, whatever. Now you're going to pay the consequences. The consequences for breaking those rules is you're probably not going to get in the Hall of Fame for a long time.
Well, so let me flip this back to you, right? This is a pancake. We're flipping it back and forth. I love the debate. I love argument. But let me ask you this, Paulie. If it comes out, and it hasn't, this is a blanket statement. If Ken Griffey Jr. were to come out for some reason and say, I took performance-enhancing drugs for this amount of years, do they kick him out of the Hall of Fame? Do they do all the things that they're doing to Barry Bonds? Because now he's got his it's almost like when a team wins a championship and then 15 years later you strip their they won the championship. Like, Griffey's in the Hall of Fame. We saw the enshrinement. If they pull his plaque off the wall, yes, technically he's taken away, but what happens when you find out one player took performance-enhancing drugs, cheated the game, as you say, but now it opens up Pandora's box a little bit?
Well, that's where I think to start off your conversation there, the Griffey thing. If Griffey came out tomorrow and said, hey, you know what? Yeah, I took some steroids at the end of my career so that I could keep playing and keep getting my stats up there. Do I think they'll take him out of the Hall of Fame? I don't think they would. I don't think they would, because now they're going to have mud on their face that, like, they this guy in there, even though there was always questions towards the end of his career, because he did the same thing. He kind of got a little bigger, and they're like, wait a second, his body changed a little more, but nobody could ever come out, like you said, and hit it on the head and say, yes, he did this. It was always rumors. If they came out and found out tomorrow that he did, are they going to pull it? I don't think they would. I think they'd be like, well, that sucks. We got snookered on that one. So guess what? I guess maybe we're going to – I think they honestly would probably have to change now their stance on it, because they're going to be like, well, this guy's in. Is it going to look worse for us to take him out, or just say, listen, we're going to have to change our stance a little bit and maybe put asterisks out there and say, well, this was the steroid era and these guys were a part of it, but they're in because they did do those things of hitting home runs and the RBIs and stuff like that. I mean,
it's interesting,
that would be
right?
a tough one.
It
would be a tough one to put out there if Griffey came out with that, because he's the golden boy of baseball.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm not saying that he ever took steroids, but it's one of those situations where if he did, I don't think he did either. But I'm just using him as an example. Like, if he took steroids, what do they do? Like, because then it's all open, right? You either have to pull him out of the Hall of Fame, or you got to let everybody in, and then you put it on the sports writers. That's my whole argument. Put this on the sports. If you're baseball, put it all on the sports writers and say, hey, we're good with Pete getting in, but he's got to get voted in.
I'll tell you what, if Griffey did do steroids till the end of his career, though, that could be the argument against steroids that didn't do anything, because he stunk.
Are you just a natural-born hater?
I love Griffey. Griffey's my favorite player, and I hate baseball.
But Quinn, to that argument, you say he stunk, but he still was playing.
True.
That's the difference.
Barely. He fell
if he
asleep in the
take
dugout.
Steroids in his career end 5 years earlier, then he's not making any money. But if he takes the steroids and extends his years playing through Cincinnati and them and stays a little longer,
look up that last contract.
That's what they say.
Griffey's?
Yeah. That's what they say. It does. It'll extend your years a little bit because you're recovering faster and you get to play a little longer.
Griffey fell asleep in the clubhouse.
That's fine. like honestly, if you're Ken Griffey Jr. and you've made your money over that amount of time, but this is what Paul's point is, and mine is as well. The steroids doesn't necessarily make you a better player. Yep, there it is. Make you a better player or affect your actual performance on the field as much as it does just make you regular, makes you healthier for longer. And those last contracts,
he's still getting paid by the Reds.
Yeah, he's still getting, like, those 5 years, those last 5 years of Griffey are where it's at. Those are his golden years.
Essentially, he was there as a coach. I mean, he was there just to influence the younger guys towards his end of career.
He's a leader. He did exactly what his dad did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? He was a leader in the clubhouse. There was respect there. And like you said, he's still getting paid. So that last contract.
So he went, after his Reds contract, he was at $6 million. Then he dropped to 1.9 with the White Sox. And then he went to the Mariners for $2 million.
Just to retire.
For 2 years to retire.
Yeah, so you
and then once he retired, he gets paid $3.593 million until 2024
by the Reds. Yeah, I mean, you look at that. Yeah. The steroids is much more about the tail end of your career, and for them,
exactly,
that's their retirement years. You know, and that's why steroids doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? Mark McGwire hit all those home runs. Sammy Sosa corked his freaking bat. You know, like that's cheating. That's straight up cheating. G stuff. Like that's Albert Bell, like Jason Grimsley taking the bat, crawling through the vents, taking the bat stuff. If you're cheating, you're cheating. But let's not sit here on our high horse and pretend like baseball isn't a game that everybody tries to get the advantage, right? Like pine tar. You look at rosin bags. You look at pitchers making their hands a little bit more slippery to get that extra snap on the fastball. Like, baseball is a game that is meant to try to have small advantages. Catchers, painting their nails.
You're not trying, right?
I don't want to be that guy. I want to be a role model for people, but the reality is baseball is a cheater's game.
Even a slow pitch softball. Slow pitch softball, you get dudes who shave their bats, roll their bats. It's slow pitch softball.
You got
Paul's juicing in softball. That's why he hits at 7 million feet.
Paul's going to be in our home run contest.
You know, you get guys who roll their bats and want to hit up the middle at pitchers. You know, those are the guys who want to.
Yeah. Give me that bat. I'm cutting it open.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I will finish that, dude.
Tanning oil.
What's that?
Paul's gonna use like a cream. It's gonna be tanning oil.
If Paul put tanning oil on, everybody would know because it would be just one blob of on an otherwise Casper the Friendly Ghost. It'd be one blob of tanning oil.
Yeah. Well, that's I'll put it on my leg that's covered up by my one knee brace. You'll never see it.
Well, that's true too. Or you could put it on the leg that is covered up by the state championship tattoo.
Same one with the knee.
There it is. There it is. Paul Munson, again, thanks for calling in. We appreciate you calling in. We always being a part of the YSN Power Hour. The call-ins will go away for the Power Hour. We will have guests on, and it will be back to 1 hour starting on Monday. So, but one of our best and favorite call-ins, and actually part of the show sometimes, is Paul Munson. Paul, as always, we can't thank you enough, but go back to work.
That's why I'm looking forward to the new show, because then I can call it and I can be a part of it from my house here, and we're all good.
That's it, buddy. Corona has changed the game, and Paul Munson somehow still makes out like a bandit and gets lazier. So, congratulations, Paul. We love you, and thanks for calling in, brother.
All right, we'll see you guys.
That's Paul Munson, the legend of YSN, the only guy who ever has told me what to do at my own company. Is Paul Munson. And the funny thing is I did it. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And I was like, what? Wait a minute. He just told me what to do. No, we love Paul. We give him a hard time only because we love him. That's how we do stuff around here. But legit, I mean, this debate will never end. The steroid, it's the Jordan, it's the Jordan LeBron debate. Steroids versus not. And I think the younger you get, the more people you're going to say, steroids doesn't matter.
I think there's steroids in every sport, even in basketball. I just don't think they get tested as much in basketball.
No, and I think what pisses me off the most is the HGH thing. It's the marijuana thing. Like,
Yeah.
Get rid of that rule, but we're still not allowed to take things that actually help you. Like, actually, and you get the argument, marijuana doesn't hurt anybody. Okay, then why was it illegal for so many years? Like, if there's a way to make a buck, the government's going to figure it out. And now they figured out, okay, if there's enough people that are doing HGH and CBD, there's money to be had. They can't get money in steroids because it's just another health product. If I go out to, like I said, if I text Frank Thomas, and I can get a lot of things fixed, but I can't go play Major League Baseball.
A lot of things fixed. Baby,
it's one of those, you get that test. Like, you guys will find out whenever you get into that gym one day, and you don't have that giddy up anymore, you don't have that natural go. That testosterone is going to push you through. So it's one of those things.
You can't tell me Peyton Manning didn't take HGH. Look at that damn forehead.
Peyton Manning got a surgically rebuilt body.
His forehead, no, that's a 10 head. That ain't no 4. That thing's huge.
Better be easy on my Peyton.
Well, I mean,
it has to store that massive brain of his.
You can't look like you sell cars down here in East
you
Palestine
can.
and go win a Super Bowl. He's taking something.
He did it. I mean, it's not like Tony Romo is going to win any body.
Did you watch him that last year, though? That last year was terrible when he won it with the Broncos.
That's because the NFL's fixed.
Terrible.
NFL isn't fixed.
I think you play to get in, and then the Steelers with Jerome Bettis.
Okay, Jerome Bettis.
Peyton Manning has the best defense in the NFL.
There it is. So Manning
and I'm
had
sure
the
Pittsburgh had a pretty
defense.
good defense that year too.
Steelers defense wasn't bad. They were considered one of the greatest of all time.
Listen, I don't want to think it is, but I think it is. Very suspicious.
But really, I mean, defense, they always say defense wins championships.
Big Ben tackled that guy by breathing on him.
Dude, Trent Dilfer won a
Fall down.
Super Bowl.
Listen.
With the Ravens. Like,
Defense.
come on, yeah. Trent Dilfer.
But
come on.
Okay, listen, I'm a diehard Steeler fan, but it's so hard to change my mind on this because it's his last year. He's retiring the Super Bowls in Motown,
That was just
Detroit,
coincidence.
and that's where
all.
he's from.
That was just coincidence.
Big Ben breeze on the dude that was about to win ice the game.
Dude, if the Steelers won it the year before, do you think Bettis would have said, "Oh, I'm coming back again"?
That wasn't even the same game.
Bettis.
I know, but I'm talking about
the Indianapolis game.
Yeah.
Bettis fumbles.
Yeah, on the one.
Ben backtracks the entire time and then
trips
literally
over
trips.
Chicken.
Do you have this
Grabs
open
by
field? You're gonna.
shoelace.
It's just.
Ben is also let's not forget he's 6'5", 240 plus.
He breathed on homeboy.
240 is generous.
Well, 240 plus like 7 boxes of Twinkies. All right, so that's my quarterback. That's my guy.
That's my team, bro. I'm telling you, but it's just.
But then, I can see your point.
Because
with
the interception too. I mean, yes, that was a great play by Butler. That was a great play. With the Seahawks and. That was a great play, but Marshawn freaking Lynch is on the sideline. You're on the 2.
At some point, Pete Carroll is going to have to address that.
Yeah.
At some point, he's going to.
I want to say Goodell did not call Pete Carroll and say, "Hey, don't put in Marshawn Lynch."
There's so many questions right now if you just think about it. Like, I'm not discrediting Tom Brady, but to come back against Atlanta,
I'm with you, but again, that's Tom Brady.
I'm not discrediting. I'm not.
What happened the play before in that Super Bowl? That's what I want to know. Because if Lynch's helmet came off, he had to come off the field.
It didn't. I think it was.
It could have came off because there's no reason he would have been on the sideline.
What does he got? All right, address this because I have to actually look into it because I'm an old man.
He said Yankees hat today, Steelers fan, and Lakers jersey on the other day. He said very interesting.
Front runner.
Hey, listen, man, I just love Jeter. That's why
Cleveland.
I like it.
Wait, what possible way are you going to tell me I'm a front runner?
Listen, here's the argument. First off, let's get Tristan to address.
I can. Okay, so.
It's a nice hat.
I like buy players. I mean, I am a Steelers. That's my squad.
Yep.
And I'm a Panthers fan, so you can't tell me I'm a bandwagon. I do like the Hurricanes because I like, that was like the first team I ever watched. But Yankees for Jeter. I follow LeBron.
You like Judge too?
Yeah, I love Aaron Judge. He's ugly as heck, but I like him. If LeBron was to go anywhere else, I'd buy that jersey. That's just how it is. But
okay, so that leads me to my argument. Cleveland fans are no longer Cleveland fans. They are.
I never said I was a Cavs fan.
They're LeBron James fans.
I'm a LeBron James fan. I said that from day one.
LeBron James fans. Because legit, if you're a Cleveland fan, you're not buying a Lakers jersey with LeBron's name and number on it.
I'm not.
No, you're not.
But I will go to a Cavs. I mean, I support the Cavs.
But you're not a Cavs fan.
No, they're trash, but I support them.
You are. But you support LeBron James, and you will wear his stuff.
I won't wear his Lakers stuff.
Do you have Heat stuff?
No.
So it's only
Cavs.
Cavs stuff. Okay, well.
I got a Kyrie jersey. Yeah, Cavs.
My thing
Cleveland
is this.
sports all the way.
The fan has changed, and I sit here wearing a Raptors jersey.
Great jersey. I've been waiting to comment
Thank
on
you.
it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Big fan of that.
The timing couldn't have been any better. I just liked it. I used to hate these. I have a LeBron James Heat jersey. I have a LeBron James Cavs jersey. I also have about 95 other jerseys. I like jerseys.
I like jerseys too. You got a Phil Simms jersey, don't you, or something like that?
Yes, Cheeks gave me a Phil Simms jersey because I hate that dick.
You hate him worse than Chris Collinsworth?
Oh, if they fought, I wouldn't know who to pick.
Celebrity death match. Let's get it going.
I would like to be the special guest referee.
Would be pleased with that.
There'd be a WWE. I get to be a special guest referee.
Why do you hate Phil Simms? What's wrong with him?
He's ugly.
I don't care about how he looks.
I don't like ugly people.
The way he works with Jim Nance. Are you waiting for him to tell you you're pretty right there? Was that a?
No,
He was a looker.
I could care less.
Tristan, tell me I look
now
pretty.
the Brokeback Mountain.
I don't need that. Yeah, I don't need
coming
to come
back to the
that.
Brokeback Mountain.
Tell me again how many times
You're the
you
one
wear
without
underwear.
the drawers, yeah.
That has nothing to do with underwear or no underwear.
Oh yes, it does.
When you're over here trying to get me to confess my love for you.
I get it. You love me. It's okay. It happens.
There's a whole lot of love in this room, but it better not stay here. It better not stay. But as a fan, we've changed.
What did Phil Simms do to you? That's all I want to know.
He's just a terrible announcer.
That's it?
I'm so glad. Well, first off, and I hate to do this because we are announcers. Every time he did a Steelers game, it was he hated the Steelers. Everything he said.
So does Chris Collinsworth. Now here's a guy.
Well, Collinsworth played for the Bengals. So
Collinsworth almost died. Almost died. There was
he looks plastic.
There was a.
Yeah, he looks weird.
You'll have to look this up, because I'm trying to remember what it was like. It was either in Kentucky or Cincinnati.
That boat issue or
whatever? There was a restaurant that flooded, and Chris Collinsworth was in it.
It was on a boat in the middle of the river.
I saw Chris Collinsworth nearly dies. And not to be a dick, but I was like,
oh shit, Steelers are going to get someone else.
This is it! We finally got him! The Steelers got
he's like a roach
down.
Bro, no, he's a roach. He ain't.
Jeff Reed run through and sink the boat
Here's my impression of Chris Collinsworth.
I don't like Joe Buck either.
See, why is everybody
Joe
got
Buck's bad.
Joe Buck's
Because
awesome?
he blew, like he was all about Schwarber in the World Series. All about him. That's the only dude he talked about. Kyle Schwarber, Kyle Schwarber, Kyle Schwarber.
He did have a good series.
He did, but
He had
like,
a good year.
go kiss him if you want to, man.
But let's be
Craig,
honest.
cute.
Here's my
Full circle.
Here's my impression of Chris Collinsworth as he comes on Sunday Night Football. Ready? Al Michaels calls him in. Hey, I'm here. I'm Chris Collinsworth. Hey.
Now here's a guy.
Now here's a guy that
That's like a drinking game. Every time you say, now here's a guy, you won't make it past the first quarter.
you're done. You're blacked out, drunk by the first quarter if you listen.
See,
to
someone agrees Joe Buck is terrible.
Billy agrees.
I like Joe Buck because Joe Buck, he does it because he wants you to hate him. He is built like mentally, he's built like a professional wrestler. He doesn't care if you like him. He doesn't care if you love him or hate him. He just wants a reaction. So even though all these fans during the World Series when the Indians played the Cubs, they jumped on Twitter and Joe Buck was trending. Do you think he gives 2 bananas of a care what he's trending for, as long as it wasn't like child porn or something like? No, he's
I
trending.
think he gives 3 bananas.
3 bananas.
I just, man, Joe Buck.
Joe Buck's
Go
legit.
play in traffic.
Like if you
Joe Buck's in it for the
go play in
views.
traffic, the Potesta line, go play Human Frogger.
I'm sure he loves Phil Simms too.
Who?
Potesta.
Well, no, didn't the Giants beat the Bills?
Yep.
Yeah, so he hates them. He
He's
hates
a,
'em.
oh, he is a Bills fan, eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he put the Bills
The
Mafia
only
on his
Bills
cover
fan
page.
I know.
You know, I respect it because he
I
bought
wanna-
in.
I want
But
to see him get thrown through a table.
Potesta?
Oh, the Bills Mafia? Imagine him being the leader of the Bills Mafia.
I think he is. Legitimately, I think he is.
He was in here talking about Anthony going through the table, and I was like, no. Anthony's not a Bills fan. You're the Bills fan. You go through the table.
I would get thrown
I
through
bet
a
you
table.
would.
Someone could throw me through one. But it has to be a breakable one, not one of these.
The breakable?
No,
You don't.
Bills
This
ones.
thing, you're dead.
I would break my back. You get a breakable table, we'll do it on YSN. Bring it in.
We're not going to try it.
We got some.
We're not going to try it.
We got some
Why not?
breakaway tables.
What, the plastic ones?
Yeah.
I'll sign a waiver.
That's the breakaway table.
I'll sign a waiver.
It's not a breakaway
You take
table,
away
it's a
Scotty's
foldable
desk
table.
though.
We got enough, but I'm not going to have you jump through a table.
I'll sign a waiver. No, I'm not gonna. I want someone to slam me through it.
No, we're not going to.
WWE.
If somebody buys it, we'll do it. Somebody pays for it, right? If it's sponsored, we'll do anything. That's how we work around here. We work with content, and if it's sponsored, we'll do it. So, like, you want to know the background, the blueprint for YSN? There she blows, right there. Guys, we'll take a quick break as we approach the 2 o'clock hour. Don't forget, G. Burbick Farms, dude. Everybody's gonna be at home this weekend. Everybody is gonna be grilling. Fireworks is
chilling.
Fireworks are
cornhole
going to be
throwing.
popping. Yeah, cornhole's going to be going. Make sure if you're looking to make your 4th of July memorable, and if you really want to celebrate your independence, head over to G. Burbick Farms right on New Buffalo Road. Give them a call. Go to gburbickfarms.com and make sure you get the right stuff to put on your grill. Nobody wants to feed their family the crap that comes from these big box stores. Get your family where you know where the meat comes from. You know where the bacon comes from. Bring home the bacon. Bring home the Burbick. We'll be back right after this on the YSN Power Hour.
Baird Brothers remains your source for fine hardwood products. For the time being, we're open for customer pickup only on weekdays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Saturday from 9 a.m. till noon. Place your order online at bairdbrothers.com. Baird Brothers, for the place you love.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
The 4M Company, being an architect and construction manager for over 40 years, has had the opportunity to use many different electrical businesses for our projects. The depth, quality, and knowledge and attention to detail displayed by Dickey Electric makes them stand out above all the rest.
For state-of-the-art expertise and a timeless commitment to our customers, contact Joe Dickey Electric. We are everything electrical.
families to help you with your Medicare needs.
Myers Family Insurance looks forward to helping you now.
For years to come,
So call our family today and remind them how cute we are.
Myers Family Insurance continues to be the area's resource for all your Medicare and retirement needs. Call today, 330-286-3044.
They say American craftsmanship is making a comeback. Of course, at Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, it never went away.
People are floored by Baird Brothers' authentic hardwood floors. They stare at our stairs and adore our doors. Baird Brothers reflects 3 generations of family craftsmanship. Visit our huge in-stock selection in person or at BairdBrothers.com.
Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Myers Family Insurance knows the importance of a great team.
Our team continues to grow to help you with your Medicare and retirement needs.
The annual election period is here, so it's all hands on deck to make sure your plans still meet your needs for 2020.
Call us today.
Wait a minute. What just happened? You just start out of nowhere. A ham and cheese.
He's talking about turkey and his sandwich. He was talking about a sandwich.
Oh, I just caught the tail end when you were talking about turkey, and I was like, well, wait, ham and cheese?
He's the turkey guy. I'm the ham guy.
Welcome back to the YSN Power Hour. DJ Yoakley with you on this side of the table, and then you got T-Money and Three Ball Paul over there. It's
Three Ball Paul.
Tommy made it somewhere.
No. Quinn Pushkar with us as well as YSN Mike. So,
I like that.
Guys, again, when we look at it, what were we just talking? We were talking about
sandwiches.
Sandwiches. What's your go-to? Like mine's Gorby's. I go to Gorby's all the time. Number 5, money, and that's not because they're a sponsor. That's because they're the best subs in town.
I've never had a sub from there. I'll probably get one here soon.
You need to spot up.
I love just turkey or chicken, man. You can't go against turkey or chicken. That's just me.
What about you? You've had Gorby's.
I've had Gorby's. It's really good.
You also like the
I
Roadhouse.
did have their they had like
Roadhouse is
hot
good.
cheese balls or something, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Gorby's?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had the hot cheese balls.
They have something like that.
Pizza Joe's sandwich was really good.
Big
fan of that one.
They have a good chicken sandwich.
Big fan of that.
They have
Steak
really good
hoagie.
chicken
Steak hoagie. Where it's
Big
at.
fan.
Yeah, that's a once a week for us. Leonard always hooks us up.
I
Takes
could
care of
probably eat
us.
that every day.
I think so,
Legitimately,
too.
I think I could eat that every
I
day.
think so too. Like it's one of those ones you can't really live without it. You know what I mean? One of those I can't deal without it. So
what's your cheat meal? I mean, you posted it last night with the root beer float.
What's a cheat meal?
dude, every day's a cheat meal for me. Like
I mean, like some
what's a cheat
your guilty pleasure.
I will say this, like, and I'm friends with Yak and with Beam over at Scene Park. They run the concessions now. The most disappointing thing for me is every time I went to Scene Park, I would get that root beer float. Loved it. I love root beer floats in baseball games. Huge fan. Like, that's your go-to. They didn't have it. They didn't have it this year. They're not having ice cream, so I had to get my fix somewhere else. So I had to go do it myself. So it was one of those
problems.
Yeah, my wife's like, listen, you act like root beer float has more than 2 ingredients. Like, stop being a lazy ass and go get vanilla ice cream and root beer. Like, together, you might spend a whole $6.
I'm not a fan of the root beer floats.
What?
Just root beer floats in general.
Root beer?
It's just too much.
Do you like root beer?
Nah, I mean, it's.
Do you like?
I like
vanilla ice cream.
like the orange float, so you can do that with the orange pop. I mean, that's
the
that's a little
creamsicles.
better. Yeah, that's a little bit better.
Creamsicles.
It's just a lot of sugar, man.
Oh, it is a lot of sugar,
Lot
but
of sweet.
like I said the other night, I'm not built for speed. Like I lost about as much weight as I ever want to lose, and like I ran 2.5 miles, and I looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, do I just want to throw that away with a root beer float? Yes, please, and thank you. Like before I could even answer the question, you heard that of the.
Was it the
root beer
Faygo root beer?
It was the Faygo root beer.
Oh, okay.
I went with Faygo root beer.
Man, Faygo's, people sleep. I forgot all about it, so I went down to the gas station. I was like, Faygo, let's go.
You got it at the gas station? I got a Sparkle.
I got it down my way, yeah.
So I've learned quickly, and you're the
Southerners.
You're the connoisseur that doesn't always taste different. Like the Coke, the Faygo Coke or whatever it is, the Sam's Cola, Sam's Choice, whatever, tastes like Coca-Cola. It's like, that's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. I think we should do a taste test at some point. You know what I mean? Like I've seen them do taste tests.
Just
with
put it
like,
all in front, and then you just say, "What is this?" And then
yeah, tell me what, like, because you're like hard on Mountain Dew.
Oh, I could point that out, obviously.
But I've heard people say that, and then they fail miserably.
Well, Mountain Dew is one of those ones that's like it's a specific taste. Like there's aftertastes from other ones. Like I've had Mountain Explosion or Mountain Lightning. I've had both of those. Mellow Yellow is just horrible.
Remember Surge?
Like I know Mountain Dew.
We were gonna have a taste test.
Coke, I
That is
couldn't
our
tell
next
you. I couldn't
competition.
tell you the difference in Coke. I couldn't.
I can tell you the difference between Coke and Pepsi.
I know the difference
Yeah.
between that, and I know the difference between Coke and McDonald's Coke.
McDonald's Coke is fountain drink.
And it's delightful.
So are you the type of person like at a restaurant like, can I get a Coke? All we have is Pepsi. No thanks. Like
No,
you
no,
order
no.
something else?
I'm like Pepsi. Like, I don't whatever you got. You know,
Yeah.
it's brown liquid,
about
wonderful.
No, not really. I mean, if they don't have Mountain Dew, I'll think about something else, but it won't deter me in
I'm a
that
big
situation.
lemonade guy, man. I love my lemonade.
I like iced tea.
You're an iced tea guy at restaurants? Is it sweet tea, raspberry tea, like regular?
Raspberry tea, stuff like that's good, but if it's like the brewed stuff, it's gotta be sweet tea.
So if someone puts a Bud Light and a Coors Light, could you tell the difference?
I couldn't.
I couldn't because I don't
There's no
drink
way.
it.
I don't drink that stuff that often. Like
Coors Light tastes like
I'm sure you could.
raccoon
stuff.
extra stuff.
I guess like I don't drink it that often. So I will, like if it is cold, like there's nothing to me like a cold beer after you cut the grass and it's hot, or after you're done with a softball game.
You're sweating.
You're sweat like cooling down. That's where beer's. But like I've never been a guy that sits there like when people, hey, come on out to the bar, I'll buy the first round. Like I would rather 100 times over have a root beer float than 6 beers. Like I'd rather drink Gatorade than 6 beers. I'd rather drink pop than 6 beers. Like I'm not but I will tell you that my tune changed a little bit, and I still don't drink these in bulk. I'll have like one High Noon.
Never had one.
It is vodka and fruit juice, legit fruit juice.
Is it like in cans?
Yeah, they're in like tall cans.
Where do we get these?
They sell them down at
Same place you get Colt 45.
Sell them at Marathon. They sell them at Sparkle. Like they're a little bit pricey, but it's legit vodka with fruit juice. So like these seltzers, all these malt.
I'm a White Claw man.
Yeah, so all these
It's the shirt.
My biggest thing is like I'm not a huge, like I don't care if I burp or fart or any of that stuff, like, but like every time I took a drink of one of those seltzers, I'm like like this one.
It's healthy. It's pretty much water.
Yeah, this one is fruit juice and vodka. Like it doesn't get
yeah.
much healthier than that. You know, I mean, you don't want to overdrink. We don't condone that, but it's one of those things where, as you're celebrating and you want to celebrate responsibly and you want something that's going to taste good doing it, these things are amazing. And we're not sponsored. We probably shouldn't be doing this, but you know, it's good. When it's good, it's good, right?
Are you a craft guy? You're a craft guy.
I'm not.
I don't drink.
I thought you said you could go to the birdfish occasionally. I can't.
I can only. I've turned into that dude that only likes fruity beers.
Summer shandies are good.
Bud Light Orange.
Oh, okay.
All in.
It tastes like
Bud Light Lime. All in.
Tastes like a creamsicle with Bud Light Orange.
I have not had Bud Light. Was it pineapple? Yeah,
Proper
not
12. Michael Page. What
is it?
Proper 12. That's Connor stuff. I love Connor, but I can't get behind that. That tastes
Proper 12.
It's Connor's whiskey. That's what he punched that old man in the bar for, because he wouldn't do a shot of it because he said he didn't like it. So Connor punched him in the mouth.
I had a
Good marketing strategy.
Natter days.
You don't like my stuff,
Natter
you
days
don't.
are where it's at.
Oh, I can't do those, man.
Give them to me.
I can't do that.
Strawberry lemonade and beer. I can do that as I burp in the
Isn't there,
microphone. My apologies.
Birdfish made a beer with dandelions. Is that a real thing? Did you see that? Anyone see that?
I did see that.
It's like a dandelion beer.
I did,
sure you could.
but like if you use dandelion, like you can make dandelion jam.
I know they
and
do
it tastes like honey.
salads, obviously.
What's that?
I know they make dandelion salads. That's about it.
So I can just go out and just grab it and put it in like with the grass and eat it.
You can eat
I'm
grass.
assuming that's essentially what they do.
Well, yeah, you can eat anything, but do I want to?
I don't know that like dandelion salad would ever be like, yeah, I'm in on this. Have you had one?
No. Yeah, I eat salads. Come on. Look at me.
Oh, I look. I look at you very hard some days, and I wonder a lot of things. And God bless your parents and your sister. That's all I think.
I'm never home, so they don't have to worry about it.
But yeah, like, what's your beer? Like, if you're doing craft beer, now obviously we all like Birdfish. I'm a big Paladin guy, Paladin Brewing. Wink, wink, everybody out there. Sponsorships are available. But
Yes,
like,
please.
like the Birdfish, they have such a. I feel like if we were a brewery, like YSN was a brewery, we would be like Birdfish because they have so many categories and so many different choices, and I love it.
I like Birdfish. You can bring your dog in there, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding.
The old one, at least. I haven't been down to the new one down there. I wonder if you still. I think you can still take it.
I know they're great guys. I know that from fact. We've had conversations before. We've met up before. They love what we do. We love what they do. It's just a matter of time to me. But like,
that'd be awesome.
Their stuff it's so good. It's tasty. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a big craft. I'm not a beer guy.
And you're right. It's just good.
It's just good. Like it's just a good drink. Like you're just hanging out, talking, shooting the bull, and then you got a nice drink.
If craft beer wise, I like a good sour beer. Like, you ever have a sour?
See, I don't even know enough to be up.
It just tastes sour.
Yeah.
It almost tastes like candy, but it has the beer taste to it.
Yeah.
Birdfish had a good watermelon one.
Yeah.
It was really good.
You know what I like? There's a Numbers has Blood Orange 22.
Yeah, those are good too. Out there, that's in Lisbon, right?
Yeah, those are amazing.
They have a 5K on the 4th of July here. Probably not this year, but
yeah.
They give everyone a beer and you run with a beer in your hand.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, the people that run Numbers, Julie and Nate are fantastic, and big sports people. Their daughter, one daughter was supposed to play this year at YSU for softball, and Justice is a lights out softball player for Lisbon. Like probably one of the best softball players in the area, other than if you're named Maddie Taylor. You know, that's pretty much and obviously Allison Smith from Champion.
Yeah.
So, very interesting. I love the entrepreneurship. It's not like a hip thing anymore, right? Like everybody wants to call themselves an entrepreneur, but not everybody can do it. We've got some legit entrepreneurs that put out good products, good services here in Northeast Ohio.
Yeah.
Like unbelievable.
That Birdfish made it all the way to Beat Ups. They have it at Beat Ups.
Do they?
They have it at different restaurants in Boardman, yeah.
I love it.
And same with the Numbers. They're like, it's not just at Birdfish, not just at Numbers.
Well, now you can get cans of the stuff.
Yeah.
They're canning it. I mean, that's great for everybody, right? Because, that means the local markets are buying it and selling it. So that's a win for everybody because everybody wants to support local, but you're limited sometimes how you can do it. So it's awesome to see that these breweries are starting to really take over and get what they're due. And we love local because we are local, so it's natural for us to help support.
Yeah.
So sponsorship
Makes
or no
sense.
sponsorship,
Makes sense.
Cheers. It's one as I lift the Rockstar Energy, not local. So back to the topic of like sports announcers you despise. Is there anybody other than Joe Buck and Chris Collinsworth that you're absolutely like pound salt, dude?
Those are my two. I don't think anyone's ever going to top those. I just don't like them.
Is there anybody you mute 100% and you're like beep done?
No, because when they took him off, but when Chris Collinsworth did Steeler games, it's hard to mute the Steelers. You know what I mean? He did it for years, right? He was there. He was one. He did
Collinsworth?
Yeah, didn't he do some of the Steeler games?
He did he does the national games, like the NBC,
like the primetime games.
Yeah, primetime games.
Yeah. So anytime the Steelers, I couldn't watch it. But
Eric EB says, I say we do a YSN Power Hour at Birdfish. I don't see why we couldn't.
I could
just get them okay, and we could set up a camera, and I still think we can do like congregated power hours.
Yeah.
But now, naturally, like
welcome to the congregation.
The digital power hour is, I think people are going to like it because if you saw what our draft was during football season with the stuff at the bottom, that's what it's going to be like. Like those comments are going to be Kate Kelly. Like that comment will never make the air when she says, "I love muting the Steelers."
I'm with you. I do the same thing.
How do you mute the Steelers?
Because he likes watching. He just loves listening to the Browns lose.
Hate
so he
him.
has to.
I'll listen to the Browns lose by 40
I
before
would
I listen to a
expect.
Steelers
I would
game.
expect a comment like this from Kate because it doesn't make. How do you mute the Steelers? You can mute the
Simply
Steelers
turn
announcers.
them off.
I hate you.
Who's the worst team in the league right now? Is it still Browns?
No.
Yeah, I think
Subjective.
Browns aren't the worst team.
Or the Redskins. Redskins are pretty bad right now.
Redskins are rough. Dolphins are.
But
gonna be
the
bad.
Redskins always have an upside. If you're like, there's been no upside to the Browns, like ever.
Finally won more than 4 games. There's always upside.
The Redskins they'll make their way back. The Browns.
I can't wait. Your day will come. Don't you worry. Once Roethlisberger's gone, your day's over.
I don't think so because the Steelers always find a way to maintain the common balance because for the last, like, when Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell, offense was good, defense sucked. Now it's flip-flopping because Big Ben's on his way out. Not because, but it's flip-flopping. They find the balance.
This is what I can't wait for. And I say this as just a general NFL fan. Like, the Browns haters constantly, when Big Ben's done. When Big Ben's done, you're going to be done, too.
Your quarterbacks stink. They stink. Hodges is terrible. Rudolph's terrible.
So there's no such thing called a draft?
That worked out well.
Worked out well for you guys the last 20 years, huh? Yeah. As long as we don't follow that plan, I think we're going to be just fine, Quinn.
We'll see.
What are you going to do whenever Roethlisberger retires and all of a sudden we get some free agent quarterback or draft a quarterback?
The Steelers are smart, man. They're not going to go out and just like the Browns. Oh, you know what? Johnny Manziel, throw all my eggs in this basket. They're smarter than that.
Steelers are the Kardashians of football. People love them or hate them. I'm the latter.
Same.
Kate Kelly, you better be careful. You're walking a fine line right now.
You'll be fine.
I don't think the Steelers don't make that much noise. Everyone says, "Oh, the Steelers."
Steelers are America's team. They're every city. Listen, prove me wrong.
We're the terrible styles out, dude. They flood
travel.
the stadium.
They
flood the
people
stadium.
say they travel. They don't travel. They're there. They're posted up because everywhere you go, you see terrible towels. Everywhere you go, there's a Steelers bar. You can't fight that.
It's the grit, baby.
Yeah. I don't want these. You don't see any Browns backers in Tuscaloosa. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure there's Brown supporters, but how many times have they jumped off the bandwagon and then climbed back on every time you draft a quarterback?
I don't know. I don't jump off. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well,
You're dragging.
We're very proud of you, Quinn. Do you want a certificate?
There's not even a wagon anymore. It's just hold on to whatever you can find.
Listen, I think Browns fans are fantastic because I can't imagine being that miserable for that long and still being like, give me more.
Yeah.
Like, I want some more of that ass
They
beating.
do. They drink it up, man.
They do. And then they win once every 2 centuries against the Steelers, and it's like when we don't have our quarterback, and it's well, this is what we're turning the tables. And then Duck Hodges beats you, and then you don't hear anything.
Yeah, Duck. Like, I went to high school with Duck.
You know what he got? He got most likely not to succeed, and he still beat you.
Yeah, he was our kicker.
He signed Tristan's high school yearbook.
Yeah, that's fine.
Said, "Good luck in all you do."
Beat us, so that's fine.
What's that?
Your savior couldn't beat us.
Who said Mason was a savior?
I don't.
You mean tell me you're more faithful with Duck than you are?
I'm
with
not
Rudolph?
faithful with anyone. I'm just saying.
Man,
Mason is definitely not a savior.
Must be nice rooting for all the good teams: Yankees, Lakers, Steelers.
I'm an Indians fan actually, but I mean this is for Jeter.
Hey Billy. God. Billy, do you wear that Astros hat? All I'm saying is you wore a Barrett hat a couple years ago. Now you're wearing an Astros hat. I'm not calling you out, but you're calling my boy out here. I got to defend. I got to put that defense up. So I think if you're throwing stones, we got to cast some back. So let's see what he says to that. He's gonna get pissed. He's gonna get red faced. He's gonna get. I might get a text from that one. Sorry, Billy. Didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to. But that's my guy. Leave him alone. Just because he's not a Browns fan.
But when it comes to the Browns, I would much rather watch a Browns game than a freaking Ravens game.
Oh yeah.
I hate the Ravens with a passion.
Yeah.
I hate them.
I don't like What bothers me about the Ravens is like Baltimore has surrounded this team and like these are our guys. Listen, those are the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Like that's the team we should hate. The Browns, you just feel bad for. You're just like, come on, little buddy, come on.
Yeah.
You need a ride.
The only thing I've ever learned from the Ravens is not to get in an elevator with any of them. I'm not getting in an elevator with any Ravens players.
It's true. Can you imagine if that footage instead? And it's not something to laugh about. But if Tristan was the one getting knocked out in an elevator,
I'd have bit Ray Rice.
I would have laughed.
Knocking out.
It was not funny. It was not funny at all when there was a female being abused. But if that was Tristan, I probably would have giggled a little bit because Tristan had a one-liner that was like, "Hey man, I can eat peanuts off your forehead."
Yeah.
And then
I got a beer thrown in my face. This is a true story. A beer thrown in my face. Because I told some dude I could outrun a T-Rex. And he said, no, you can't. And I said, I could outrun your fat ass. Beer in the face. Why?
Called him a fat ass.
Yeah, why would you even...
We were arguing about dinosaurs for some reason. I don't know. I was playing cornhole.
So you mean to tell me you can outrun the thing on DJ's shirt right there?
That raptor? No, that's a raptor, not a T-Rex.
What the hell's the difference?
Very suspicious. You think you could outrun a T-Rex?
Yo, absolutely.
Haven't you ever seen Jurassic Park?
I'm pretty agile.
This is the same one that thinks he could beat Kelly Pavlik. So
I never said beat him. I said survive. Fact check.
God love you.
On-site, DJ, on-site. Is that on point? Is that the same thing? I'm not up to... Like, Billy has the advantage because he sits in the dugout and he gets to hear all the lingo, right? So he gets up on... Like, I don't know. Like, I'm still trying to... I'm trying to figure out...
On site for me is like me and Q have beef. It's like, you know what? Screw it. On site. Let's see who we're fighting. On site.
Billy, like, I wouldn't fight Billy. Like, I like Billy. He's like my little brother. He's like a twin. Only, like, the ginger version of me. Like, he was cooked a little less, and he didn't get the dark beard. Like, that's how it works, right?
Cooked a little less.
Yeah, like, we were both in the oven. They pulled me out a little later. Like, I got the dark hair, or dark beard, no hair. And he's in that same one. He just got cooked a little less. That's how it works for me. When I think about how people, like, have brown hair, like, you have all these DNA and genes and all this stuff. Like, that's not how it works in my head. Like,
so you're just in a big oven.
I just have, like, God baking us all, and he's like, all right,
bunch
here
of
you go.
cookies in an oven.
Yeah, like you.
He came out a little softer.
You're a little darker than me with the beard. So you got
I can't
cooked a
grow a
little
beard. Look, I'm like patches over
Tristan,
hand over here.
Tristan is like raw cookie dough.
Yeah.
He got no beard at all.
Right? Yeah, right.
It's like right out. Apparently, it means he's going to fight you. He's going to fight me. All right, man.
Just bite his ankles.
When you turn 35, there's a lot of things you just go, okay, whatever makes you feel better. Like if you want to beat me up, knock yourself out. Like all I'm saying is, I have a friend in Steve Leslie, and he bites.
He's
he
a biter.
will bite you. I've surrounded myself with a bunch of people who, if I got into a fight, like I feel like they would jump in and help me out. Like I wouldn't die. I'd probably get my ass beat a little bit, but I wouldn't die. But I will say this, Billy, there's a video out there that Stone Cold DJ Yoakley is handing out stunners and cake, and I'm all out of cake. So you might beat me in a fight, but your ass is going to be a meme because I'm going to give you a Stone Cold stunner in the middle of Scene Park.
I got the Ric Flair backhand a couple times from you.
You did. You didn't like that.
My chest was bruised. I mean, I didn't really feel it till the next day, but it was bruised up, yeah. When your adrenaline's kicking in, and man.
You were.
I'm like, what the heck?
You were like 3 sheets to the wind. He showed up 3 sheets to the wind. He just kept on going. It
was a softball party or something, yeah.
He's like, Ric Flair me. Ric Flair me.
So it lasted for like a half hour.
Whack. Woo! And my man, they were stinging. I couldn't do the left hand because of the ring. Like I wasn't going to take the ring off because I'll lose the ring. And then I'm going to be in trouble. Like if there's one person in this world that I know that I'm not winning a fight, it is my wife. Oh, Billy's going to come back with the RKO. Okay.
Bring it.
Good. Nobody's ever got up from the stunner.
McMahon flew out of the ring.
Check out the reliable sources. That's what you need to do. Check out the reliable. And if you haven't checked out the video, let me tell you a little something about those videos. I'm going to make a lot more of them because I was up for 6.5 hours doing it. I am now an expert. Level expert right there. And we're going to have faces on people that have no business having faces over top of them. I'm talking Henry Rowan Gardner. I'm talking like we've got the master of disaster sitting on the other side of the table in that salmon-colored shirt. He can connect it to anything, and we're just going to put faces over it. I already got a Ron Podesta one over the face of Dusty Rhodes.
I love it.
I've dined with kings and queens, and I've eaten Frankfurt beef. And it's Ron Podesta's face. So get ready, Billy. Get ready to fight fire with fire. So I'm interested. No, Billy's a good friend of mine. We're going to be doing some cool stuff. We're going to be doing a showcase. Yeah, so for baseball players.
That's cool.
Because the college recruiters and scouts have not been able to get out to do it, kind of like what we talked about, combining that. And we're going to do it YSN style. So we're going to stream it. We're going to let everybody come in it, and players will pay X amount of dollars and be part of it, and they'll get their own stuff. Like, we'll give them access to their own footage, and they can send it out to whoever they want as well. So excited for that. Billy's a good man. He's one of my best friends. And Kate Kelly, who you see on there as well. Kate Kelly is the best there is. So we're excited. Our partnership with Scene Park is not just surface level. It is, we are rooted. We are rooted, and we are ready to go. And that's why we can bust each other's chops a little bit. So where were we at before we started Steelers vs. Browns? We're talking about announcers.
Yeah.
Talking about announcers. So, like, is there anybody out, like, you know who really, really drives me a little bit nuts, and it used to be one of my favorite ones, is Gus Johnson. Like, Gus Johnson I loved because he got excited. Now it's like everything. Like, he's like one of the local guys around here that everybody, like, everything he does is really exciting. It's like, dude, Gus, take a break. Like, grab a water, take a breather, take it down a notch.
I'm tying my shoes.
Lips with a pole! Oh my God! Like, you know, like,
someone hand me a towel.
Chill out. Like, I get excited. I get naturally, but I feel like it's over things that like are excitable. Like,
oh yeah,
when a guy steps up and for a free throw, I'm not like he steps up and drills it.
When it's warranted, yeah, when it's warranted.
Like, I feel like Gus Johnson is the basis for the Dr. Pepper guy. It's a sweet one. You know, like that's just how I feel. So Gus Johnson used to be one of my but now I look to guys like Joe Buck. I know everybody hates Joe Buck, but Joe Buck, if you actually look on where he's at as an announcer, he's polished. I mean, his dad was one of the best to ever do it. Does he ride his coattails a little bit? Yeah, but he also wants to kind of steer the other way.
He's living with Kyle Schwarber somewhere. They're holding hands, going in the market.
Living with Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber is still a thing. Like, he is still, like, I look at him and I'm like, you are the guy that just kept on to, like, 2004. He's like, oh, by the way, Paul Munson never had puka shell necklace. It was, I forget what he called it, surf necklaces.
Those are
That's
puka
a puka
shells.
shell. He's a liar.
Guys,
like the choker style. He had the choker
I
style.
hope not. I mean, Paul's in the same boat that I was in for such a long time. He doesn't have like much between his chin and his shoulders. Like, there's just nothing there. And like, when I saw the puka thing, I was like, man, that's a brave move. That's a brave move. That's like me trying to wear what Tristan's wearing right now. Like, he can pull it off, walk in anywhere he wants, and nobody's gonna question it. The second I do that, people are gonna be like, what the hell is that dude doing? Like, he looks like trying to be like Don Johnson from Miami Vice, like on a discount.
I forgot about Michael just dropped it on us. Tony Romo. I forgot he was an announcer now. He's good. He's almost too good. Like, it's not even fun watching games because he predicts every play. It's like, okay, man.
See,
that's what happens when you're in the.
And then Pat McAfee, he brought up
Pat McAfee's excellent.
I love him because he said when the Corona was happening, he's like, well, the XFL's still gone before they shut. He's like, I'll be there. Screw it. He's like, I'm no mask. I'm gonna be there.
He doesn't care. McAfee doesn't care.
Because he's a realist.
There's a difference. There's a difference.
Yeah.
There's a difference. And I think this is what you need to realize is, like, when you say people don't care, because you think of different. You know, he doesn't care. He cares. He just is like, this is who I am, and that's kind of
embrace it.
That's you own it. Yeah. You know, like, people care. They're just like, this is me. You don't like it, kick the bricks. You know, but you're always like, I don't care. I don't care. I interpret that as you don't care. And then I need to step back and be like, because that's one of my least favorite sayings. And you know, we've had this conversation. I don't care. Oh, you better care. Like, if you don't care, then you got a problem. But, like, the lingo is IDC. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Now, if you actually don't care about something, that's one thing.
That's like asking your significant other, where do you want to eat? I don't care. No, you do, because you just said you were hungry. So, where are we eating?
Oh, listen. Can we address that real quick? The significant other and the I don't care where we eat thing. So here, let me tell you how you solve that. Number one, you give 3 spots.
You're gonna let your secrets out.
It's good for people to know. You reach an age in life where you just want to pass it on.
What happens if your wife's watching this?
Oh, she knows. We've talked about it. Like, this is, did you hear my Brooklyn accent? We talked about it. We have talked about this. She gets 3 options. And if she can't decide where to go, what to eat of those 3 options, then it's my pick. And she can't rebut, right? It's over. Like, we're going to go to, and these, off the top of my head, we're going to go to Burger King, Five Guys, or Taco Bell. Okay? So then she wants a burger, she goes these 2. If she doesn't want a burger, she goes Taco Bell, right? Or Jimmy John's, or whatever that third one would be. So she's got options, and she goes, oh, I don't care where I eat. So, okay, well, let's eliminate one. So we go Burger King's out. Okay, so then you're down. That was the weirdest thing I just did with my fingers. Yeah. Then you get the last 2, and she goes, well, I don't want tacos. Okay, so we're down to 1. Well, I'm not feeling burger. All right, you're out. 3 strikes, you're gone. My pick. And we're doing steak.
You know, my favorite thing is to do, like, since we're on this topic, is like you get this big long text and you don't want to read it, or you get this big long whatever it is, you don't want to read it. So what I do is I periodically throughout the day drop little questions. So I get this big long thing. I don't want to respond to that right now.
Yep.
I'll just bring back up the question. Oh, by the way, did you get the cat food? I'm not responding to that text. You know what I mean? I'm not. So you periodically drop little questions and you keep them in the back of your memory. So you get all this. It's like, oh, I ain't doing this shit right now.
Yeah, it's one of the, you have to like chip away at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you have to prep yourself and prep them at the same time. So, I mean, all things like I hate asking you where you want to go eat. I
eat it all. That's why.
No, you don't.
Oh yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Is he does he eat like everywhere, but is he a picky eater too?
He is a, and don't take this the wrong way.
You tell me where
you are a chick when it comes to picking places to go.
Tell me where you want to go and I'll eat there. That's plain
no.
and simple.
I go like this. What do you want to eat? I don't care. What do you want? I don't care. What do you want? I don't care. Then I go, okay, well, let's go to this place.
Sure.
Okay. Well, then he orders like something not on the menu. Like he looks at, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Always make it work. When have I ever not ordered something on a menu?
Well, you always order something, but like, it's just weird.
Then it puts you in an awkward spot.
Yeah.
It's not my fault that I like other things than you.
I like everything. I am the least
So
picky
do I.
person. No, you don't.
I'm very picky.
Let's go have a salad.
All right. Where do you want to go?
What do you have on your salad?
Where do you want to go?
Answer his question.
What do you put on your salad? And you can't like have the French fries and stuff like that. Like I'm talking like
Steak
salad.
salad. That's a steak salad.
Why can't I do that?
That's not a salad to me. But anyways, do you like French fries then if you were to do a salad?
Bondi's French fries. Yep. Bondi's has steak salads. They put fries on it.
No free advertising.
I was answering the question. Not my fault.
He didn't say anything about where. He just said, "How do you like your salad?" Quinn says,
my question.
"Between 2 buns." That's what he says, though. Like my salad with a burger between 2 buns. Like
salad. I love my salads, man. I love them. A lot of spinach though to the lettuce. I like more spinach to the lettuce.
Well, because spinach has nutrients.
Yeah, I love
like people don't realize that iceberg lettuce. You might as well just eat ice.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing good about it. Nothing. You're just wasting space. It's like when you eat corn, always borrowed, never bought. Like you never digest it. So interesting stuff enough. I mean, one of those things where how the hell do we go from one? But that's the beauty of the power hour, right?
Yeah.
We just hard shift, left turn, right turn. The announcers, can we put a cap on this?
Yeah, let's put a cap on it. Joe Buck sucks. Chris Collinsworth sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Sure.
Like, is it one of those situations where you would turn off the TV, like turn the TV sound off and put like your own guy? Like I know Indians fans do. They turn off the TV and they put Hammy on the radio, and they try to match it up. Like, are you those guys like that?
No, I'm not that far into it, but I'm always just like, shut the hell up if he says something. But like I'm watching a game. Where he knows way more, about the game. They both do way more than me. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, this guy don't know what he's talking about.
Do you rely on them to educate you, like the announcers to educate you, or to entertain you?
I mean, I eat it up, I soak it up. Don't get me wrong, but like, Still hate him.
Like, I think that if you watch a Tony Romo broadcast, you can actually educate yourself on the game of football. Whereas if you
I
watch,
don't think Tony Romo is good, so he had to watch all this film, and that's why he's so good analyzing the game.
Listen,
so
That's what happens when you're a quarterback.
You watch so much film.
yeah, but like
Peyton Manning would do the same thing.
if you
Drew
watch,
Brees would do
yeah,
the
if you
same
watch the
thing.
thing on ESPN Plus about Peyton Manning, like it's detail room or
Something like that,
detail,
yeah.
whatever it
In
is.
detail or
Yeah.
something like that.
Dude, it is. We're gonna try to emulate that with the coaches here, because it is interesting as hell. Like if you're looking to get to the nitty gritty of a sport, why wouldn't you have a coach tell you what they know?
And that's a good point, because football, not a lot of people, if you're not a football guy, you think about this. The linemen up front, you just think it's set hut, they go hit somebody. It is so detailed and it's so laid out that their first step, what they're doing.
all steps, it's all footwork.
Yep, and it's so in depth and like in detail. If you were to break it down, people would be like, "Holy crap!" Like
That's
linemen
why,
are.
That's why sports
where
is
it
so
starts.
great. Like it's fun to watch when you don't know anything about it, but once you start learning the details, like my wife hated baseball when we were dating. She hated baseball, wanted nothing to do with baseball. We watched the 2004 Red Sox, and I told her this is what, like, I explained the game. You throw, this is why you throw this pitch in this situation, this side of the plate, this side, a certain level. Now she loves it because now she understands it. Like, for especially females to learn, there's nothing I love more than for them to learn the game of football, because they're not afforded opportunities at every pass to play. But to educate themselves on, what the hole or the gap assignments are, the 2, 4, 6, all that stuff, that's cool to me. That they're like investing in the game, not just on Sundays or Saturdays and wearing their jersey because it looks cute. They're investing themselves. That's when I'm like, this is awesome. Like, you want to talk about Kate Kelly? Talk to Kate Kelly about baseball. In the business of baseball, she will educate you up and down and show you why Bob Seton Park is Bob Seton Park. Like, love it. Absolutely love it. I mean, it's not like a fetish, but it's like one of those things where you're impressed.
Yeah.
Not because you don't expect it, but like when someone can tell me, like when Quinn talks about basketball, I listen. When you talk about football, the X's and O's, chalk talk, I listen.
My buddy just gave me a shout out for all those blocks. He was our center, Logan Cope.
Logan Cope, good dude.
Yeah.
Also a
stud up front. He was a stud up front.
Also a sunglass connoisseur from the Yoakley Sunglass Hut here in East Palestine. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back with our final segment on the final 3-hour edition of the Power Hour right here on your sports network. We're taking your calls, so call in as long as your name's not Paul Munson. Bye.
Hey, my Ohio friends, it's Mike Ditka, and I know great talent and heart when I see it. I can tell you from firsthand experience, there are average real estate agents, then there are true champions. Kelly Warren is one of those champions, and you have it right there in your own backyard. Kelly outmarkets and outsells every agent in the Mahoning Valley. If Kelly can't sell your home at a price and deadline you agree to, Kelly will buy it. Get your home sold. Call Kelly Warren today at 717-2689 or go online to kellysold.com and start packing.
You can feel it. Baird Brothers' traditional craftsmanship. You can see it. Baird Brothers' timeless style. And you can afford it. And find everything at BairdBrothers.com. Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods is real hardwood, yet beautifully affordable. Floors, moldings, interior doors, bar rails, and stair parts. All within your means and without a care. Start at BairdBrothers.com. You have made it. Your home.
Teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Welcome back to the YSN Power Hour. We're going to finish up with the last half hour. Again, programming note, if you are out there and you haven't heard, The Power Hour will switch to every day starting at 3 o'clock on Monday, 3 to 4, right here on YSN. We'll be taking not your calls anymore. We're going to be taking your messages on Facebook, on Twitter, as well as a couple other outlets such as YouTube, and believe it or not, LinkedIn. So we'll take in your comments there, and we will post them right at the bottom of our screen, so you too can be famous on the YSN Power Hour. So we'll make sure we kind of preview all of that stuff, but it will be back to 1 hour. That's the biggest part of all of this. If you know the history of it, started out as an hour, and it was an absolute blitz. Like we were giving you sort of like this show has been, like just no pun intended, freeballing it a little bit. And it's one of those things where we just talk about whatever comes up, and then we address it, and then we move on. And then if we come back to it, we do. If we don't, we don't. But we want you to direct the show. We want you to tell us what you want to talk about, things, and we want to invite you on our show. So if you would like to be part of the Power Hour and be featured as a guest, Billy McCartney, Kate Kelly, I see the Juice is out there. Will Franklin's out there watching right now. We can, check us out and line us up, because we got room for up to 10 people on the Power Hour, and you don't have to leave your home to do it. You just have to have a smartphone or an iPad or a computer with a camera. So love to have that and set all that up and let everybody know kind of where everybody's at, because it's different. It's not a professional setting. We try to make it a little bit looser and get your opinions on more than just a lineup or a certain topic. We try to get what's going on in the world of sports, what's going on in the world of culture here, locally and with the kids. I feel like I finally reached that point where like I'm out of touch. Like I'm still trying to catch up on Instagram, and I can't do it. Like I'm running on the treadmill, and everybody's just passing me by. So that's why we got these two young bucks.
I just drop whatever. It don't even have to make sense.
I don't even know where that came from.
You said with the lingo, I'll just say whatever.
You do, but you keep me up on it, because you say something, and what people don't see is when I fade down the mics and when I turn this to a commercial, I go, "What the hell did Tristan just say?" Like, what was that? Like on site, you were right. On site, you were right. Billy wants to fight me. Not really. I'm hoping. But like I would have been like on site. What the hell?
You want to see me or something?
Yeah. on site, on point. He thought I had a good comment. Apparently, that's not even close to what it was. So, well played. Well played. All right, guys. We talked about sports betting a little bit. Let's talk about this. Everybody's talking about these bubbles, right? Going into bubble for basketball. NBA's going to Orlando. MLS is in some bubble. There's a story on Barstool about they're charging these athletes like $60 to $5 for a sandwich and a bag of chips. Like
for why?
Because they can't. Supply and demand, right? They're in these bubbles. They can't order out or whatever. Nobody can come in, so they're being charged by like room service, $65. So I'm gonna pull this up.
Be the greatest sandwich ever.
It's probably the box nasties. They're probably trash.
Wait till you see this.
PB&J, $65. Here you go.
Okay, so it is
half eaten.
Here it is. It is a. Ooh, it's disgusting. It's like a quarter of a sandwich. No, it's rye. So it's like that long, elongated. So they got a rye sandwich, a banana, and what looks to be potatoes in one of those plastic cups with the seal. 65 bones. That's nuts.
Oh heck!
I want to see what this picture says. It's on Twitter. Omar Gonzalez. It's at Omar4Gonzalez. Hashtag MLS is back. Yum. So I'm gonna look at this. It is. They have in-room dining options, and legit, it is $65
for a sandwich.
For a meal. So I don't know. Like, and there's other people that are showing their sandwiches, their boxed lunches.
Yeah, the box nasties, man. We get those in the Air Force all the time. We call them the box nasties.
Yeah, and you got, like, none of the general public feels bad for them at all. At all. Because, like,
I mean, play a kid's game for a living, you can pay for a sandwich.
I guess, like.
And it's more for us to go to a game than $65, though. That's probably why people don't even care.
Yeah, people don't.
Because tickets are like $100.
Like 20 people that go watch an MLS game can have no pity.
So it's $185 a day for food for these guys. Like,
good for them.
That's like me going down and like spending like 69 cents on a Polar Pop or something though. For that.
That's the supersized Polar Pop. That's your $1.06.
But is it fair? I mean, it's supply and demand. It's business,
It's
right?
not fair
You're
to
bringing
them,
in.
no. I mean, because like they have no other option.
They're multimillionaires.
But they have no other option.
Yeah, you don't have any options. So that you're at their mercy. So if they say a sandwich is $100,000, guess what? You better eat that thing slow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You better savor every bite. It's funny to see this happen, and they complain about. This is what we talked about the entire time with baseball. Like, these cats are going to step over dollars to get to dimes, and they're going to complain because what are they going to do before the game? Like, these people that don't care about baseball are not, like, the owners aren't going to feed them.
No.
They're not going to do it. It's not going to be like the regular buffet that they usually get. There's going to be a different, like, you are now, like, privileged to play the game of baseball. And if you want to get your money, you want to get your $1 million or whatever it is, guess what, Kat? You're going to have to go to, Chick-fil-A like the rest of us and wait in line. You know, and when
Chick-fil-A was a bad excuse, though, because, I mean, they're pretty quick and they're really nice.
But dude, you got to be real.
Or so you pull up to McDonald's. What the hell you want?
There's,
what are you doing here?
They are super.
What do you want?
They are super nice, but those drive-throughs are intimidating.
They are.
You drive past Chick-fil-A and you have to make a major life decision.
They kill you with kindness.
They're just like, man.
It gives you anxiety almost because it's like, oh boy.
You do, because especially now in Boardman, you look down the street, you got what?
Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane's. And you go, okay, drive-through not that bad.
See it, Cane's.
So, well, I mean, you have to have. I think I'm gonna get beat up here. Hang on. Here we go. You're on the YSN hotline. What's up?
How you doing, DJ?
Oh, Billy Mack. On site, brother. On site.
So let me clear that up. So on site basically means.
Hey, I'm getting a pen. I'm gonna write this down.
It basically means wait till I see you. That's what that basically means.
Okay. Well, now I know. So what are you gonna? I'm almost nervous to ask. What are you gonna do when you see me?
It could be anything. It
I'm
could
scared.
be from a hug to a little sucker punch to a little pressure point. It could be a handshake. It could be anything. That's the surprise.
I kind of want to know because I feel like I need to get a hustle behind me. I need to get some guys just in case.
Somebody's got a hug.
It's not the hug I'm worried about. It's what's happened in that embrace that people can't see, like a little jab or a little tickle, like under the armpit, like you do. Yeah, I mean,
well, that's the old brother's hug, though, isn't it?
Brothers got a hug.
That's Tommy Boy line right there, right?
Yeah, brothers can't shake. Brothers got a hug. What's up, William?
Not much, man. Sitting next to a pool right now.
Well, that's awesome.
Well,
listening to the Hour Power.
Listen, you're having your best life right now, sitting next to a pool. Is Kate near you?
She's in the pool. I'm off to the side of it.
See, there it is. And can you say your location? Are you at the Lake Club?
No. We
Okay.
were going to go there.
Okay.
But we're not there. We're not there, though.
The newest member of the Lake Club, William McCartney.
Yep.
Unbelievable. So we're gonna be working hard here in this unbelievable temperature-controlled venue of ours here at YSN. Just sweating, wiping the sweat from our brow, and it drives me insane knowing that Billy Mack's out there either playing 18 or sitting by the pool chilling, like living his best life. I'm out there out here hustling.
But listening to YSN Live.
But you're supporting our dream, so we appreciate that.
Always. Hey, I had a question for you.
All right, go ahead.
Do you really think baseball is going to happen? I know it's supposed to happen, but when these stars, I'm talking the superstars, the guys are getting really paid, the guys who matter, their voices matter. When these guys start contracting corona, like the NBA players are about to happen with some of these superstars that are probably going to come out and end up not being able to play because they got corona. Which superstar does it matter? You know,
what superstar does it matter for the most?
Yep. No, I mean, like, which superstar has to get it before they just say, hey, you know what, we're done?
Like the Mike Trouts? Is that what you're going towards? Like
Yeah.
the Mike Trouts, Bryce
Well,
Harper's?
Here's my thing, and you said it, and I thought about it for the last couple days. You came on and you said that baseball doesn't have that superstar, that like basketball and football, and I think you're right. The more I think about it, they have names, but like there's people that, if you go to the grocery store and Mike Trout's picking up cantaloupes, Grandma Nana Brown isn't gonna be like, "Oh, you're Mike Trout. You're Michael J. Trout."
Right.
I think you're right, but I think that actually helps baseball because, you look at that scenario, and if they lose a Mike Trout, or you lose a Bryce Harper, or you lose a Clayton Kershaw, you can survive. You know what I mean? And you've got now that there's no minor league baseball, you have a greater pool of people to choose from that would love to play the game and be seen to lock down their future endeavors, so to speak. Because yeah, go ahead.
So let's just say as an example, very similar to like the B League, right? Like our rule is if somebody contracts the virus, our team is basically suspended for 2 weeks. Right, and also the team that we've come in contact is for. Now that could be changed or since the last time I remember it, but that's somewhat in that general idea, right? So let's translate that to Major League Baseball, right? So say Mike Trout's playing the Indians, okay? Mike Trout gets corona, so now basically the whole organization of the Angels and Indians are done for 2 weeks.
Now, does that in the B League? Because this is the first time I'm hearing about this. Because I didn't get the bylaws or anything like that. So
it's something like that. I wasn't there for all.
Okay, so
but this is just me paraphrasing.
So let me ask you this: does it end up in losses for the team, or draws, or what? How do you do that?
I think it's probably just a no contest. I don't know, but I'm talking about like on a Major League Baseball level. Like how would that affect Major League Baseball going forward? And I'm sure they have some type of policy in place where somebody's going to get corona during the season, whether it's the NBA and probably all these sports, the NBA and then also baseball and probably soccer too.
Yeah,
if not already.
I guess my biggest thing, Billy, would be that right now, Governor DeWine has been addressing the media for the last 42 minutes, and his wine with DeWine, as some call it. And this was supposed to be a big one for local sports and for the schools because he supposedly has a plan that he's come out with for the fall. So, interestingly enough, I'd like to kind of preface what you're talking about with what he's doing, and just say that basically my same line that I've been saying the entire time is nobody knows what the hell they're doing right now. Like, nobody knows where they're at. And you almost have to, and this is the hardest thing to do, you have to ad-lib every step. So if you go on and you play or you don't, you have to take that into account. You go, okay, we're going to go all in on playing. But if this happens, we're going to do this. If it doesn't happen, we move. You ever see those charts online? Like, if you do this, you go one way, this is what the outcome is. Everybody's life is like that right now. And I feel like I've been living it for 3 years, not because I have corona or anything, but because when you do it, when you build a business, when you're trying to be a business person / do what you want to do what you love, you have to take pivots and you have to make choices, and those choices lead to other choices. So my biggest thing is we just talked about sandwiches being sold in the bubble for the MLS, $65 for a sandwich, a banana, and a little bit of potatoes or something, right?
So here's what's funny about that, right? So it was when people were going and taking toilet paper and putting it on eBay and Amazon and upcharging that was a huge deal, and people went crazy over it. But these people are allowed to sell $65 sandwiches in the bubble.
And I agree with you because here the salesperson in me says supply and demand. Right, so
I'm with you on that. I'm with you. I'm just saying one can't be right and vice versa.
I'm with you. I
figure it out.
100% behind you because here's my thing. Everything we do comes down to value, right? So this is how we have to think about it. What do you value? So if you're out of toilet paper and they're charging $12 a roll for toilet paper, how bad do you need to wipe your butt? Like, what do you put a value on that? I'm probably buying $12 worth of toilet paper for a roll if I need it. So,
the country in me says, hey, there's a shower right next to the toilet.
That's it. Like,
just spread the cheeks, man. Let it go.
People get so bent out of shape. Like if you don't want toilet paper, you don't have to pay it. Like, but everybody thinks everything is a necessity, right? So, food, water, shelter, basic necessities. Right. If you make $4 million, and you've seen some of these contracts that athletes have. If you are making $4 million for a season of soccer, and you have to eat $65 sandwiches for 3 times a day, whatever that comes out to, they said $185, you can get a meal ticket. Listen, you either don't get your $4 million and you buy $65 sandwiches, or you can buy regular sandwiches like the rest of us, which, by the way, the majority have gone up, or they're limited quantities. So take your pick. Like, what do you value? I would value a $4 million contract to do what I do for a living and eat the $65. Like,
money talks always.
That's it. But what they want is, again, we talk about equality a lot over the past couple weeks. Athletes don't want to be equal. They want a leg up because they play a game that we love that our 6-year-olds can play. They want to be paid because they're that good. You once made the comment that I believe it was you, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, about teachers. Teachers are paid, and I'm in agreement. Teachers are paid based on their value in America of X amount of dollars, whether that's $30,000, $60,000, not whatever they're paid, right? Baseball players, they always go right to baseball, which bothers me first and foremost. Baseball players make $30 million a year. Okay, but you made, and this will always be singed in my mind when you said, yeah, but Mrs. Thomas can't dot a 98-mile-an-hour fastball in the outside corner.
But it goes back to the supply and demand, though, doesn't it not?
It does. How much do these owners value a guy that can throw a 98-mile-an-hour fastball? Because what people don't see is the money that comes in from that person, that talented person that you put on, you give a job, and they make money for you. Like, people don't realize that when you get a job, they're paying you money, but the ultimate goal is what? The company makes money. The company is profitable. That's
why I was never upset with these baseball players. Like, there's a lot of people on both sides, one side or another on the fence with these players, talking about how are these millionaires upset about taking a pay cut? Well, these billionaires are making money off of these guys even still.
17 years. Yep.
Right. So it's not like that they couldn't afford to hit this year and pay them their full salary.
Well, I see that, but you have to see the other side too from the owner's standpoint, because guess what? You don't want to take it. If these guys aren't going to take a hit, why should the owners be responsible for taking a hit? Like,
right.
It's just like
I understand both sides. I'm just saying I'm never going to take the side of a billionaire ever.
I will. So. You know why? Because if you surround yourself with 6 billionaires, you're going to be the 7th. If I surround myself with
that's a whole different thing, though.
If I surround myself with 6 baseball players that make millions, they're probably not going to turn me into Pudge Rodriguez.
No, it's not.
So that's why
there, huh?
I see where the players are coming from, and I get it. I just don't understand why. Like, I don't think that they negotiated very well. They could have been, and again, this could be completely off base, but they could have led by example here in America and said, listen, we'll take the hit. That's fine. Because whoever wins this, and the players actually won this round, whoever wins this, it's almost like WWE. Like, if you win the match before the pay-per-view, you know who's going to win the pay-per-view. Like,
right.
In 2021, there's going to be lots of conversations had, and the owners are going to win.
Oh, yeah.
Because it all comes down to who's paying the money, right? The players have power. They lost all their power right now because they're getting paid now.
I would agree with that. They took this time, they got to give next time.
Do you want to see a salary cap or a salary floor in Major League Baseball?
I think I'd rather see a salary floor than a salary cap.
And what's your reasoning? Because Potesta has completely different reasoning that I disagree with.
I think I would rather see. All right, here's why. All right, now, and this was something I heard from years ago, where the Yankees luxury tax basically paid the Pittsburgh Pirates' entire staff.
Hell yeah!
So that's the issue that I have. Like, I'm okay with the luxury tax. I get why it's there, but I mean, the rich will always be rich in MLB. Yeah, you have the Tampa Bay and the Kansas City every once in a while, but for the majority, big market teams win, and because they can afford to win. Now, you have your little runs, like, the Indians will be good every once in a great while. Maybe one year the Pirates will get back up there. probably not because the Yankees still pay their salary. But
you got to know where your bread's buttered, man. It all comes down to a buck, right?
Right. And listen, if you're the Pirates owner, why would you?
Why would you change anything?
Why would you vote for anything different? Why would you say, hey, you're not going to tell me how to run my business? I also get that. But just as a fan perspective, I think I'd rather see a minimum. This is the floor. You got to pay at least this to your players.
I want to see a salary cap because I want baseball will never see, because you're right. The rich will always be rich. And the salary cap has not solved anything about that. It's actually been terrible for the game because
I also look at it like the Yankees, like, hey, if they want to pay Garrett Cole $300 million, by all means, pay him.
I get that, and the capitalist in me agrees with you. But I also think that if baseball put a salary cap, and there was legitimately opportunity for 30 teams to win a championship every year, the same way it is in football, same way it is in basketball, same way it is in hockey, that baseball would come back and be America's not only favorite pastime, but it would be America's favorite game because it's equal now. Like. People are tired of seeing the Yankees, Red Sox, Dodgers, da-da-da-da-da-da.
I don't know if it'd be equal. I think you would see a lot of NBA stuff going on where you'd see these super teams. Like, there's some really cool places to be at. You know, L.A., New York, Boston, you know, a couple teams in New York. Like, there's some cool places to be at.
See, I disagree because a lot of the NBA super team stuff comes down to climate in the winter and where the dollars are spent. So let's be honest. LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh made a lot of money when they played for the Heat. They kept a lot of money because there's no taxes in Miami, in Florida, right? So I think the opportunity for baseball is if you go in, and I'm just going to throw this number out there, $100 million as a salary cap. Obviously, I know it would have to be higher. So your team can only spend $100 million. It would be more like fantasy baseball, fantasy football, and like DraftKings in real life, to where you can't go get Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole would have to figure out who has money for him. There's no luxury tax. If you go over that particular season, you do not qualify for the playoffs.
Well, I think with the salary cap, depending on how much it is, I mean, you're looking at probably $150 million. I mean, I think that's anywhere near 100 is probably what most teams are. Except like the Yankees, where they're like 200 and change.
But then you put your floor, and every team has to spend at least $100 million.
Yeah.
Then the Pirates, all of a sudden, they have to spend it, so you might as well spend it wisely, right?
Well, they would have been able to keep guys like Cole, like coming up to their farm system. And their farm system in minor leagues would be more important.
Exactly, and I think that is what baseball needs. So all this stuff, all this talk about, we need to do pitch counts and we need to shorten the game. Nobody cares how long the game is. Not to me.
You know, the game is the same as the NFL football game.
Yes.
Like they just did that statistic of like the games are the same long. Now, I mean, granted, and even they even did. It's very similar between plays too. You know. Now,
baseball actually wins. Baseball is longer action per capita per game.
Right. So cut out all the commercials.
No.
And then the game's down long.
Stop it.
Look, if you have an issue, I'm just talking about if you have an issue with the time, then stop with all the commercials. You could do some other type of advertising in a game.
Who's going to pay the bills?
Well, you could figure out a different way. You can't.
If you figure out a better way to pay the bills than commercial advertising, you let me know first because we can make a lot of money.
So you can't run like a ticker at the bottom. You can't run like a mini screen in between pitches or something like that.
Well, it all comes back to. I mean, this is business. It all comes back to ROI, return on investment. So, are you going to get more advertising, more bang for your buck with a 30-second advertisement that takes up the entire screen, or a 30-second advertisement?
What I'm saying is, you go to a game, right? You go to a game, you see how much downtime there is in between innings. You got players that are just standing there waiting, like, and the umpire's like, "Hold on, we're on TV timeout," and that's NFL and both Major League Baseball. I'm not saying get rid of advertising. I'm not. Obviously, I know where they make their money at, especially when it comes to like Super Bowl.
You are an advertiser on YSN. That's why I'm sitting there like, wow, this is really interesting. I've never heard an advertiser go at advertising and then pays bill.
All I'm saying is shorten. If your argument is to shorten the game, and there's people out there that say the game's too long, it's too boring, it's whatever, right? Why should I take 3 hours to watch a baseball game?
Sure.
Well, there's plenty of people who do 3 hours of nothing every day, and they watch a baseball game, or they watch something else, or they binge on Netflix, or they do other things. There's no advertising on Netflix last I checked. So there's other ways to make money. You just got to be innovative doing it. Right now, there's nothing, so that's just what you got.
Amen. Amen. And that innovative part is the big key, brother. And you at at Max Baseball Academy, you are innovating everything. You have this Rapsodo that you use. You put it out there to I guess the masses, that if they want to start connecting with you and get their name out there in this period that there's no contact from college coaches, you're putting it out there. It's a very reasonable fee. How do people get a hold of you, and what are you looking to accomplish with this?
Yeah, so get a hold of us Instagram, Facebook, Max Baseball Academy. Basically what we do is Rapsodo is a device for pitchers. They also have for hitting. I do not have that one. I have the pitching one. We take those numbers, readings. It reads anything from how you throw a curveball, the spin on a curveball, the rotation of a curveball, how hard it is, where it drops, how many pitches you throw for strikes, balls, this, that, and the other. So many different variations of readings. And we take that information, and right now you can't talk to a college coach. They can't talk to you. So we play the middle guy. We can send information and video and Rapsodo numbers. Almost not every college, but every college trusts the numbers from a Rapsodo. It's pretty universal. So we take those numbers, we send it to them and say, hey, this guy can pitch for you. Here, you don't have to anymore. Hey, little Johnny throws 90, and then coach comes out to see him, and he throws 82. So now he gets to see it firsthand on the numbers, and science is great, man. Technology is great.
Well, technology is great. It's only getting better. And Billy, not to crack the egg on the omelet that we're making right now, we're cooking up, but we're going to do some showcases. You and I had the conversation earlier. We're looking to team together and get it out to the masses. Looking to probably do it at Scene Park or somewhere locally. Something like this could be a game changer from any kid that's 10 or all the way up to 18 years old. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And just to get them, even some of the younger guys, it's just to get them involved and understand how the process works. Because a lot of parents just don't know. That's the hardest part. People think recruiting is so hard, and it's not easy. Don't get me wrong. But the process and understanding how it works and how you have to have grades and how you have to qualify for Division I compared to other NAIA and all that kind of stuff, there's a whole process to it, and you got to learn how to do it. And most parents don't have any idea.
And half the battle is just getting your name out there and getting some of these showcases. So I'm excited to team up with you and Max Baseball Academy and get some of these names out there. That is just an unbelievable amount of baseball and softball kids, and it's a hotbed here in Youngstown in the area. So thanks for all you do. Thanks for being a proud sponsor of YSN, and we're looking forward to talking to you soon, brother.
Hey, last thing before you kick me off here, I'm upset about the 3 hours, man. Just missing the 3 hours. I don't know what I'm going to do with my day now.
Well, you'll be able to have Poe in the fall, Monday through Friday, 12 to 3. You'll have us every day, and naturally you're going to be one of our regular scheduled guests on the Power Hour. So we'll see your handsome ginger face once or twice a week on the Power Hour. So don't be too sad about it. But we're excited to do this. There's a lot more stuff that we can do every day for an hour than we can, for 3 hours just shooting the breeze.
Sounds good.
All right, buddy. Have a great Independence Day. I will see you on Friday. We have Scene Park all day from pillar to post, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And Mac and his friends, the Astro Falcons, will be on, 2 and 5, you said?
2 and 5, yep.
2 and 5 on Scene 1. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
That was Billy McCartney of Max Baseball Academy, and a good guy, unbelievably good guy. And his girlfriend, well, she ain't too bad either. She's Kate Kelly. She is one of my favorite people, and she does a lot for Scene Park and for the scenes in general. So, guys, it is a little bit, it's not sad. It's just, what's the word I'm looking for? It's You're relieved?
Is it bittersweet? 'Cause
it is bittersweet.
It is.
I like spending 3 hours with you guys twice a week, and 3 hours with everybody and hearing what they have to say. But
sometimes we bore people, maybe.
Every day, I'm a little worried that every day we're going to have, but like everybody that comes on, we shoot the breeze. Like,
Yeah.
we just talk about what it is. And I think we can do that.
Like today, we talked about me not wearing underwear.
3 times now.
I can carry that on for an hour if you want me to. Power hour, folks, coming at you. Free balling it.
Are you excited for the next step? Are you excited for like the turn to digital to we can be anywhere at any time and still
I'm
give
just
people
not
what
the
they
most
want?
tech savvy, but I'll figure it out.
We'll get you hooked up, man.
I can barely use my cell phone.
That's all you need. You can use your cell phone. Just put it right there. There it is. Now you go.
The most technology I got for computer-wise, I got a Chromebook.
We're going to get you hooked up.
It's easier to use.
You are a must. You two are absolute must, especially you, Goofy McGodwin.
What about Mike?
Stop tapping the mic. We can hear that.
YSN Mike, you gonna join us?
YSN Mike's going to be there. I'll be down
Is
here.
did that thing really pop up? Was Bailey just busting your balls?
No, legitimately, it's on eBay. $220.
That's wild.
YSN Mike might not be here. it might be a situation where somebody says, "Hey, I got 5."
Cut some costs.
Yeah.
Just see ya.
Hey, we pay the bills for a month. Mike, we'll see you later.
Bid it up, folks.
That is going to do it for the 3-hour editions of the YSN Power Hour. I can't tell you how much. This is not goodbye. This is not. We will see you literally on Monday.
This is a see you later.
This is a we will see you for 1 hour at a time. We're excited about that. Sponsorships, new sponsorships available for the YSN Power Hour. And again, Ron Potesta, Running Point in the fall will go every day, 12 to 3. We will follow that all the way through. And Football Fridays, boys, around here, especially given some of the stuff that's coming out today from Governor DeWine, going to be fun. Going to be a lot of fun here at YSN headquarters. Thanks for tuning in. Everybody have a great, safe holiday. Watch your fingers. Don't blow up too many fireworks. And please, 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 please be responsible with any partying you do. If you drink too much, leave the keys. Leave the keys in a bowl or whatever. Do not get behind the wheel.
Don't put them in a bowl. That's a little weird because that's like there's parties where you just pull keys out of a bowl.
I wonder who would do that.
Q.
The general
gets a new car.
The general response of it: do not drink and drive, guys. It affects more than just you and more than you know. So, on behalf of it is Q, it is T, it is me. So long for the YSN Power Hour. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Go America!
21
Good evening,
News.
and thank you for joining us.
Let's get right to our top
More
story experienced reporters. A new Wilmington
At
restaurant
GM Lordstown,
telling more local stories
We'll look at
baby boy is recovering from a broken.
around our
Good
valley.
afternoon. We are here in Youngstown, right up.
Because you expect
Important for everyone. No place like home.
more local news.
In Mercer County Court.
become life-threatening. 21 News is our valley's #1 local news.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
Hello, I'm Greg Burbick with G. Burbick Farms. For the last 100 years, my family has farmed in Columbiana and Mahoning counties. I began raising cattle in 1996 with the goal of providing a better product for you and your family on the dinner table. Our grass-fed and grain-supplemented Black Angus beef are raised with no hormones, steroids, or antibiotics. We're known for our hometown-friendly service and incredible tasting products. We're locally owned and have customers across the tri-state area. Our products go from our farm to your family. Stop by our farm on New Buffalo Road or visit us on the web at gburbickfarms.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. G. Burbick Farms, it just tastes better.